Welcome back to the Valkyrie podcast. It's me and my host, Valkyrie here. We're looking to talk basketball, professional sports, anime, gaming, gooning techniques, and other pop culture, and maybe some spicy topics. Please take it away.
Welcome back to the No Motion Podcast, episode 2. Um, we're back in full effect. We never miss a week. We're always here. We're always
Every
uploading.
Monday.
New overlay. Cooked it up at 4 in the morning this time. And yeah, we're back for a second week, and a lot has happened. We've gotten a full week of basketball. New music has dropped. Oh yeah, 2 new albums. We got a Tyler album. We got a Uzi album, and Call of Duty dropped. We've had a full week of Call of Duty basically. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about today.
And your cousin's in prison.
We didn't have to mention that. Is there any topic you want to start on? You want to start with sports as per
We got to
usual?
start talking ball.
I'm,
We got to start talking ball. And we got to start talking ball. Tarkin. We got to start talking ball because of my precious, scrumptious Warriors. They're delicious basketball. They have played 0 playoff teams. Strength of schedule 35th in the league out of 30 teams. Um, but they're missing my wonderful light skin hero Curry Poo. They were missing Andrew Wiggins for a couple games.
one game.
5. But Andrew Wiggins comes back, goes crazy mode on the Rockets.
Didn't the Rockets win?
A tenacious come from behind victory against the Rockets in the fourth quarter and overtime. Great work by them.
Didn't Tari
They're 5-1.
Eason, Tari Eason scored 50?
Yeah, he's not even allowed in the country. I don't know how that happened. That's sorry, I'm getting political. They're 5-1. They are
They're 5-1. Fair play.
clearly the best team in the league. I think they wiped the Celtics down, slat on Wednesday. Let's talk about it. Warriors going to the finals. Do we
Okay,
agree?
let's talk. Yeah, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. One,
talk about it.
one. Let's talk about it. The Warriors
Let's talk
might
about
be
it.
better without Curry. Let's talk about it. And don't get me started. Before we go any
I
further,
agree. I agree.
are the Warriors the 2012 Atlanta Hawks?
Here's the problem. Here's why they're better without Curry.
I'll just pick a random year.
When you're playing with such a beautiful man that has such dominant aura,
Oh, Jalen Brown,
and who's the light-skinned Jalen Brown?
Jason Tatum.
Paolo Banchero.
Oh.
But if you're playing with Steph Curry, you're so overcome by his aura and manliness that you play worse because you can't focus on your game. But when he's on the bench cheering you on, it's like the ultimate bad bitch. You're like, I gotta lock in. 50 bomb, 60 bomb, 10 steals. Pajemski just had 11 blocks last game. That's the power of Curry on the sideline.
Well, let's stat check this.
It's impressive.
Let's stat check this.
Take a
Pajemski,
stat check.
pot soil.
Take a stat check.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me find yesterday. When was this?
This was,
All right.
Rockets game.
Pajemski, 12, 5, 6, 1. He had one block.
Sorry, 12 points.
He had
I thought
he
it was
fouled
11
out.
points.
He fouled out and he had 3 turnovers.
Bad refs, ball was wet, and it was 12 points, not 11. So I apologize.
He also shot 0 for 3 from the 3.
That's fine. I forgive him. He doesn't have to shoot threes.
Oh,
He just has to be.
he's a fraud.
He's the future of the sport.
Well, we have
Lori bum-ass marketing couldn't fit, so he's got to be the GOAT.
well, you guys as a stupid organization, a stupid GM, decided to not trade
That's what a
Pajemski for glorious Laurie Markkinen, but you did get Buddy Hield, so
Glorious
Fair play.
Laureus would have been a good pick. But Buddy Hield is killing it. He's clearly better than any other player with a 5-letter first name. Can we say that?
we have Jalen Johnson, Jalen Williams, J Dubs,
Aylin. That's 6 letters.
James Harden.
Not anymore. Not anymore. But he's killing it. Not really. He's doing pretty good. Jared McCain. Never mind.
Peyton Pritchard.
There is someone better.
Peyton Pritchard. We need to move
But
past
anyway,
that. We can just move that.
The Warriors
Can we talk
are gonna
about this?
be-
Can we talk
the
about
Warriors
this
are gonna be the West Conference Finals. They're making it.
before we keep on continuing on? Can we talk about how Peyton Pritchard has more points
Hmm.
than Jimmy Butler this season? He's also assisting more than Jimmy Butler this season, and he's also just better than Jimmy Butler. Can we talk about Jimmy Butler's regression and how Peyton Pritchard might be better at this point in their career?
Let's admit that Jizzy Butler is a fraud. He's washed. He's not good anymore. Peyton Pritchard on the Heat will be their second best player.
Now, enough trolling. Let's actually get some real ball talk. Can we talk about like the depressing injuries this last week? We had what? Banchero get injured, and then Wendell Carter went down.
Magic are done.
Wendell Carter went down tonight. Well, yesterday, I guess. And then you saw the Taylor Hendricks injury from the Utah Jazz. That was insane. That's probably like one of the worst injuries I've seen in a while. He broke his
He pretty
his
much,
knee and his ankle at the same time. That was insane.
He pretty much Kevin Wared himself while walking.
Dude, yeah, and then wait, yeah. Then you have both the Pacers' backup centers, James Wiseman and the other one that
Two Achilles.
Is it? Yeah, they both had non-contact Achilles injuries. Is that not crazy?
Off the bone.
What's their other backup? Is it Isaiah Jackson?
Isaiah Jackson, yeah.
I like him. I like him more than Miles Turner almost.
Well, he'll be like him on the bench
What?
for next calendar year.
I think Isaiah Jackson is a very good backup center. And
One of the better ones.
What?
One of the better ones.
I agree.
Top 10 backup.
Can we also talk about Nehemiah Keita having a good, fourth quarter run the last like 3 games?
I'm not seeing enough Tillman over there.
I agree, but I think
I need to be tilled. Can I say that? I need to be tilled.
he is averaging like, I want to say like 20 minutes a game.
Cornette, enough of that guy.
I
like the Cornette contest. He's a funny white guy. Funny hair. Seems like a nice guy. First guy and last guy out type of gym rat, but let's see some
Okay,
Tillman.
I do agree. Tillman's only getting 15 minutes a game. I do agree that Cornette's been averaging way too much minutes. Like, Cornette averaging 25 minutes and Tillman averaging 15. I feel like it should be split a little different. I like Tillman's versatility more than Cornette's. Cornette is a very, like, interesting big man because, like, he's a good passer. He's a good rebounder, but he's very scrawny and weak against bigger big men. And since like when we played the Pacers, when he was getting the matchup against Isaiah Jackson was bullying him. And or if he goes against somebody like Giannis or Embiid or Brook Lopez, it's just a bad matchup. I'd rather have Keita or Tillman. And Tillman's too short to play somebody like Giannis or maybe not Giannis, but to play somebody like Embiid or something. But like I like the Keita. I think Keita deserves to get some more time. I think Tillman should get some more time. I think it's very hard because like with Horford playing like 20 minutes a game, they're just kind of filling in Cornette in the time that Horford's not in. But I feel like it needs to be dispersed a little bit more. I think Keita
he's a regular season demon. He's a foot soldier.
Who?
Cornette.
Oh. Yeah, I think
4 minutes a game in the playoffs.
I think it's too early in the season to really complain about anything. Like I see people complaining about like Luka and SGA and Jaylen Brown and Tatum for whatever reason, and it's like I'm seeing SGA score like 25 a game, and I'm not like who cares? Like it's 5 games in. It's the same thing with Jaylen Brown. They're like Jaylen Brown shooting so inefficient. Like bro, we're 5 games in. He's scoring 26 points on 40% shooting. Who cares?
25 and being a good teammate is better than 30 and being a bad one.
Yeah, I feel like people are hating on Jaylen Brown way too much, too early in the season. It's like they're like, oh, he's been so inefficient, but it's like this is his most inefficient season in a while. Even to start the season, like last season he started off pretty rough, but he kicked in faster. This year I think he gained too much weight, and I think he's too strong.
He was partying.
And
celebrations.
I think like
He'll come in. He'll smooth out.
I think what he's doing, like on the boards and his playmaking has been really good this year. I think his defense has been good at times. I think there's a few times where he's been lazy on defense, but we've also haven't played like a real contender since like we played the Knicks and the Bucks, but the Bucks don't look. The Bucks look
We did
very.
play the Hornets
The Hornets were better than expected,
with Demon LaMelo Ball, who's kind of going
and
crazy right now.
and the Pacers are a weird one because they're very like one game they're scoring like 140, one game they're scoring like 80. They're very
Well, now they have no big depth. Halliburton looks bad.
washed. Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know. He's even worse than he was when he was injured last year. I mean, this is a rough-looking team. Look at the standings. The most disappointing teams. I mean,
I will say like
Bucks. The Bucks are the most disappointing team in the NBA.
Siakam looks really good this year. He's looking really solid. He doesn't look like he's regressed at all.
He does, but everybody else around him is like.
Well, yeah, I think
Nembhard hasn't taken a leap. Halliburton looks bad. Neesmith looks bad.
Naismith is just he's the same guy where he scores 8 points with like a steal or two. He's just a defender. He's just there for defense. He belongs in the 6-man role, but like they don't have anybody to really replace him besides Benedict Mathurin. But it's like I don't think Mathurin can defend as good as Naismith. Naismith is their second best defender.
They don't have like a scoring guard on that team.
Yeah, because Tyrese
Halliburton's lost all of his shots.
Halliburton's pass
rough.
first. Nemhard's
McConnell might be their best scorer as a guard.
Benedict Mathurin, is he not a shooting guard, or is he a small forward? I consider him a guard.
If you want to call him a shooting guard, I'll give him that. But I'd call him now he's a small forward because their size.
He kind of fits in the Jaylen Brown category where like he's a true shooting guard but plays a small forward.
I mean, it's positionless almost, but
I like what I've seen from Mathurin. Off injury, he's looked pretty good to start the season. He looks like their second best player behind Siakam right now.
From what I've seen. Last year Pacers would just stop this year's Pacers. Kind of surprised.
Oh, dude, yeah.
They'll figure it out.
But yeah, Pacers underwhelming. Sixers was kind of expected because of injuries. Like
I
it was kind of expected.
I don't even see him making the playoffs because Embiid's gonna be out all year probably. Paul George is gonna be in and out.
The thing with the Bucks,
he is chucking.
Oh, dude, he's
Bucks
shooting.
Is a huge failure.
Max is shooting like 37% or something. He's shooting like below league average by a large.
Bucks are a huge failure. Other than that, no one else is really super disappointing. I'd say.
Well, the Magic. I mean, the Miami Heat, not the Magic. Magic looked pretty good before injury.
The Heat are still a 4th seed now, on a 3-game win streak.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because the East is absolute. It's the 7-0 Cavs, 6-1 Celtics, and then 3-2 Knicks. They're already 3 games back.
Cavs.
It's just a dogfight back there.
Cavs are hard,
There's only been 2 really good teams in the East. It's Cavs and Celtics. Everybody else has been mediocre.
Dude, the thing with the Cavs is I can never trust them because like Mobley and Jared Allen are playoff droppers, and they disappear every playoffs that I've watched them play.
I don't see them winning a title, but they could get a 2nd seed.
I think they haven't.
Shout out Bulls and Nets.
They played it.
Shout out Bulls and Nets.
Bulls have done really good.
Performing for me.
I think Zach LaVine is playing phenomenal, and I think Josh Giddey, as much as he gets hate for all the stuff that happened, he's playing perfectly in his role right now. I think he very much fits. Yeah, can we talk about Dennis Schroeder like playing phenomenal basketball too? Like he's
Cam Thomas being an all-star right now.
Dennis Schroeder's arguably an all-star. He's scoring like 25 points a game too.
He's doing good, but Cam Thomas is your engine. He's efficient too, which is kind of
not even just Cam Thomas. Cam Johnson, he's been playing pretty good too.
They'll fizzle out, I feel like.
Probably. I mean,
but they could be a playing team.
I think the worst problem with them is their depth for big men is like Nick Claxton's off the bench, but Nick Claxton looks very.
They just don't have enough talent. I mean, even I like Cam Thomas, but if he's your best player, not a great sign right now. He's still got some room to grow.
Well, yeah, I feel like
Schroeder's good, but
Cam Thomas needs to be a second option right now, like for a good contending team. That's where he belongs.
Yeah, they're an average team, but I mean, they could get a playing spot.
Put Cam Thomas on the Magic, and
he'd be their first option.
Well,
Wagner's not killing it.
Banchero was healthy.
Oh, yeah. Well, he got abducted.
Dude, Banchero's shoulder is like gone.
I thought he got stolen.
No, he's injured.
But yeah, the East is living up to the horrible garbage ass doo doo ass conference standards. There's only 2 good teams so far.
It just sucks because like
the Knicks are solid, but
This
It's
is
Cavs and Celtics.
this is the first year where like usually it's always like the West gets injured. Like you'll have like a random like this year has been all East injuries.
Yeah.
Like Banchero, Wendell Carter, two of the Pacers, Mitchell Robinson. Obviously Porzingis is still out.
Lonzo went out again for a little bit.
Yeah, Bogan from the Hawks, right? That's his name, Bogdanovich. Bogdana. He's out.
Bogdanovich.
Jovic.
Doc Rivers has an injured brain.
Jovic from the Miami Heat is injured, I think, still.
The Heat are fine. They'll do their usual black magic and be a seventh.
They'll make play. They'll make play.
Minimum easy. They're fine.
The Magic, dude. The Magic just went from like third seed to like.
The Magic are not going to be top 10 by the time Paolo comes back.
I don't know when they're like slotted because like Jalen Suggs is playing phenomenal right now, but
look at his,
Banchero's out until probably January. I would assume maybe. No, I don't know. It was like probably January. I would assume
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah,
and that's his reevaluation.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not expecting him until definitely January, maybe even February.
I haven't read up on Wendell Carter yet. I don't know if because he just got injured. I don't know if he's out for extended time or if it's just like a ticky-tack injury.
Let's take a look. He's got a left plantar fascia strain. I used to smoke that back in high school.
Yeah, he's probably out for a couple weeks. I feel bad, man, because I genuinely thought like this was Banchero's like jump year. I thought he was gonna have a leap year, all-star, maybe breaking into stardom, and like
he was definitely all NBA level, not even all-star level.
Dude, yeah, he was playing phenomenal.
He was looking like the second best player in the East.
You want to know another team that I don't want to say is overperforming, but there's players that are overperforming? Is the Raptors. Grady Dick is playing fun. Grady Dick had like 3 back-to-back 30 games. Like he's playing really like well to start the season.
That Dick is splashing. Oh. He's letting it fly.
And then
Dick and balls are.
The Raptors are a team to watch out for because Emmanuel Quickley should be coming back soon. Scotty Barnes is back, or he's coming back.
No, he's gonna be out for a little bit. I think.
Oh, he is out.
Like broke his orbital.
Oh well. Quickley should be coming back within the week. Bruce Brown should be coming back soon, I would assume. So, like,
Barnes is going to be out for probably the month.
So he's probably not
If he comes back, it's like Thanksgiving, earliest.
Thanksgiving? Brother, we're November 4th. A month from now would be like December. Back to what I was saying, they're missing Bruce Brown, Scotty.
Okay, so let's say like 3 weeks to a month.
Alright.
Like around a month. So I'm saying earliest is Thanksgiving.
All right. But they're missing Scotty, Bruce Brown, and Quickley still hasn't played. So I mean, they're a team to watch out for.
That's a playing team, but they got to stay healthy after that because they're gonna be like by the time they come back, you're gonna be like the 14th seed. So.
This is gonna be such a funny year for all NBA because like a lot of players aren't gonna make it. Because of injury, like
Paolo's out.
So
you're right there.
Embiid's not gonna make it.
He won't.
It's looking like it's hard to say. Giannis might not make it. Obviously, like Giannis is either making it or he's gonna miss 15 games. I can never tell with him because he always has a weird.
Make it if he plays the game.
He just gets a weird injury where he's out for like 10 games. I don't know.
Every time he gets hurt in the second half of the year. So we gotta wait on that. Halliburton ain't gonna make it at this rate.
AD is on pace for it. Jokic is on pace for it. Luka is on pace for it. SGA is on pace for it. Tatum's on pace for it.
The usual suspects.
Brunson, to me, doesn't look like he's on pace for like third team in my opinion. It looks like he dropped a little bit from last year to start the season. I think
he's still flirting with second, especially with some injuries and respecting Embiid, Paolo.
I think Trae Young and Jaylen Brown are both around third team to second team.
Trae Young's been killing it.
Jaylen Brown and SGA are averaging the same numbers right now. Let's talk about it. Trey
Now
Young.
maybe bring up defensive assignments again.
Trey Young looks. Lamelo. I know Lamelo's gonna get injured eventually. With that, he's gonna have a random
He
ankle
won't
injury.
make. Yeah, he won't make it, but he does.
He's looking like he's looking second team, maybe first team. Like he could take somebody's spot in first team, but I doubt
He's
it.
gonna
I doubt
sham
it.
god someone. His ankle's gonna splinter. His leg's gonna blow up.
Trey
bad.
Trey
He's
Young
gonna
looks very good. He's averaging like 30 and 12 right now. He looks great. But it's the beginning
Trey
of the
looks like
season.
the best guard in the East right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say like he Brunson has not
think
done
Brunson-
anything so far
Him
to
and
impress me.
Lamelo were 1 and 2 for guards and me.
Like Brunson to me right now looks very like coasting. If that is the best word to use, like I don't think he's
I
playing
think he's
injured.
doing good.
I think he's just coasting. I think he's
You
just
pop,
he's trying
you
to stay
put Cat-
healthy.
you put Cat into a team, it's a huge change.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
His-
think
Cat's looked really good.
I
And
think
I think they're going out of their way to do things for Cat. They're
if
playing around him a lot.
that's what I'm
so
saying. It feels
Brunson's
like
I'll take the back seat.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think it feels like best way to say it is like he's coasting in the sense of like he's gonna let Cat do his thing, try to let the team kind of get some chemistry going. He's gonna coast a little bit, stay healthy for the later half of the season. Then
Yeah,
you'll
you know
probably
he
have an
could go
all-star.
get you like a 20-point fourth quarter
Mhm.
type of performance if he has to like lock in. But yeah, Cat is like a huge it's a crazy weapon to have. So you got to make sure he's feeling good. And Cat's been killing it. So that's another like sneaky All NBA third team if he keeps it up.
Dude, this is gonna be a hard year for All NBA just because like players like Chet and Wemby are playing really good. Like
Look at the West.
Jaylen Brown is playing really good. AD's playing really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Still got Durant and Booker, guys like that.
yeah, they're both averaging 26 as well. Like
LeBron is still playing pretty solid, and he'll get some legacy buff.
it's hard for
Morant,
me.
Morant's been playing like he's a triple-double machine. I don't know what got into him.
Because all NBA is very much a stat based construction for the most part. It's very based off stats.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to judge early because like I said, SGA, Booker, Jaylen Brown, and Kevin Durant, they're all averaging like 27 right now. 26, 27, and like they're
I
all
could
like,
name like 30 players for All NBA like potential.
yeah, like Cam
It'll come
Thomas.
to injuries. It'll come to injuries mostly, and like who's coasting late.
It's one of those
You
things
take
where it's
someone
like you
like-
just don't know until like 30 games in, 40 games in,
Yeah.
then you'll be like, all right, it's this
You'll
guy's
need some
kind of
injuries.
regressed.
Because
Like-
Curry won't get it. He won't play 65.
No, that's why we're actually. I know like everybody's talking about like, oh, LeBron says he's playing 82
AD,
games.
I mean,
I don't
I
think
need to see AD
LeBron.
play 65.
like, Everybody's talking about like
I
because
think
LeBron.
will play it. That's the thing.
You
he's
think
an Iron
LeBron's
Man.
playing 82 games straight?
No,
he's-
but
he
he'll
said-
play at least 65.
He said he's not missing a game this year.
Nah, he's missing a couple.
That's what I'm saying.
I
I think.
respect that.
I think.
But he'll play 65.
Reddick will probably sit
Easy.
him. Reddick will be like, oh, that's a back-to-back. Yeah, you can sit for
He'll
this
play.
one.
He'll play mid 70s. AD, I need to
Um,
see him play 65. Luka's pretty Iron Man-y. He'll play through some stuff. So
Dare
he
I
should be a
say,
lock.
Dejounte Murray is not making it. Jamal
Yeah,
Murray, he's not making it either,
He might
unfortunately.
not make. Well, Dejounte Murray got injured, so he's already probably gonna lose it.
Well, yeah, he got the fracture. Jamal
Fractured
Murray,
God.
Jamal Murray, yeah, he's not making it.
Jamal Murray, yeah, no. Jokic might be. He might be MVP.
This is looking
If
like
he
a
drags-
very easy
If he
MVP for
drags
him.
this corpse. If he drags his corpse to a top 6 seed.
If
that's
he makes playoffs, no play-in, just playoffs,
Yeah, it's only like top 6. If he gets that.
he is going to get so much tax for that because the plus minus it's unfortunate, but he has such a analytic buff in the sense of like all of his advanced metrics are just unfair because the Nuggets suck, and it's like he might not be the I think he's the best player in the league, but I'm saying he
Well,
might
it helps
not
his
be
argument.
the best player in the
And-
league, but
It helps his argument that he's the most valuable.
well,
Those
that's why
metrics.
because like when you think
The
about it,
definition
like
of the award is that what team would lose the most from their best player going down? It's easily the Nuggets for me. Easy.
yeah.
No other team is even close to being as bad.
It's especially
starters.
with how they're playing right now. Like if Luka went out for 5 games, the Mavs like Kyrie's playing phenomenal right now.
If Luka just despawned, the Mavs are still playing team minimum.
I
They can still
think-
scrap to a top 6 maybe.
Yeah, it's like obviously if Tatum went down for like 15 games, like the Celtics are
If
probably
Tatum
fine.
despawned, the Celtics are still a top 3-4 seed.
Yeah, I don't even think they
Minimum.
drop. I don't even think they
Yeah,
drop. They're like
I
second
think they're
seed.
risking-
they'd be like second seed, man. Like I don't even
I'm
think
giving,
they drop that
I'm
far.
giving Tatum some love there. Yeah, they're probably still first seed, honestly.
Like
If Ant goes down, I think they'll be okay.
if yeah, because Randall will turn into
AD
the
going
ball
down's a
stop
bigger
god.
a bad thing.
If
That'd be bad.
if Mitchell went down, the Cavs should be fine. I think Darius Garland will get a little spike of energy,
They'd
and
still play okay. Yeah, they'd
they'll
be like
still be top 5 seed, probably top 3
they
seed.
could be over 500 in a non-Mitchell span.
Um,
It's easily Jokic.
the big one is like if Lamelo went down, the Hornets probably drop. They just disappear.
Oh, well, with them they're 11th seed, 2 and 4. So
It's just so crazy because they're playing.
they might be banned from playing
Dude,
basketball if they lose.
they are so much better than their The problem is they're becoming the Pacers in the sense that their offense is so good, but their defense is like they don't have a single player that can defend at a high level.
Yeah, and their offense is good, but I mean it's Lamelo and then sometimes Trey Man,
Well,
and that's about it.
well, that's what I'm saying in the sense of like you have Lamelo who is pretty
Brandon Miller's
much
back then.
Lamelo is basically a better Halliburton at the moment. They kind of resemble each other's play style, but Lamelo's shooting
It's just
at a
him and
higher
Trey Young,
clip.
yeah.
Then you have Miles Bridges, who is basically Obi Toppin. They just super athletic, score like 10 a game, couple rebounds, couple assists.
He come on, not 10. He has
Okay,
like 20.
he's but then you have Trey Man, who's basically like
Like Al Jefferson.
he's like T.J. McConnell or Nemhard. He'll just have random like 30 balls, and then he'll
It's
have
like
like
Terry
average
Rozier.
like
He's
15.
just like he's shooting 11 for 15 or 2 for 18.
And then you have
Then you have Grant Williams that's trying to kill people.
yeah,
Trying to assassinate.
Grant Williams is basically Isaiah Stewart.
A murder. He's a murderer. He tried it.
Yeah, I mean, the Hornets
Did you
just
see-
need
did you hear the
one more
report?
player. Oh, Brandon Miller is amazing. Brandon Miller looks really good this year, besides injury. But
Did you see the report?
what?
Grant Williams struck Deuce in the tunnel.
I
during
wouldn't
the game.
doubt it.
He
I
hit him
wouldn't
with
doubt
a-
it.
He punt kicked him. Deuce ate it and then dropped him. Right in the chin, he ate the kick and then dropped him. I thought, wow. That's incredible. That's tenacity. That Jaylen Brown's the father?
Dude,
He
there
never- he
was
doesn't have that dog in him. So that's
there
all I'm
was this post and Draymond was like, Grant's such a goofy, Grant's such a goofy, and then somebody responded with it like,
It's
of
just
the-
it's just a meme of King Von says,
yeah,
"Stop
yeah,
gun violence."
King Von stop gun violence, bro. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That brother's insane.
But
Shout
no,
out to Draymond
like,
though. He's killing it. He looks good.
yeah, his
looks
last
good.
game was pretty good.
He's handsome too. Yeah, no, hell no.
I don't know why he said that.
Yeah, the West is a party, man. I mean, the
I
top
think
eight is what I would expect, kind of. The
I-
Spurs being 8th seed, I don't expect that to last.
this might be too early to say this,
Um,
but I think it's very much looking like a Celtics OKC finals. I don't think OKC
sure.
looks like the best in like offensively and defensively. They look the best in the West right
Their
now.
offense isn't even that good right now. It's like 21st.
That's what I'm saying. They just
And they're still
look.
blowing guys
They
out.
just look.
Their defense is literally
Wow.
game changing.
Um,
I watch them and I'm like, oh,
I like they look like the only team that can really stop the Celtics in the 7-game series, or play to
Yeah.
the Celtics in the 7-game series. Like if I like Celtics versus Lakers or something, I think Celtics will win in like 6-5, 6.
no, yeah.
If
I still
Celtics,
think the Celtics. I still think the Celtics beat the Thunder. They're the best team in the league.
oh yeah,
But the Thunder
yeah.
is the Thunder's easily the best challenge. They're the best team in the West.
Yeah, I think this
I don't see anybody else beating a Thunder in a 7
see the problem is I think OKC will be able to match defensive intensity of the Celtics. I don't think they'll be able to match offense at all. I think the Celtics offense is just generational. It's
It's shooting.
it's becoming up there with one of. If the Celtics win a championship this year, they're going to be starting. They're actually going to start putting them in like top 5 teams of all time because it's their offensive rating is just insane. Like
Yeah.
the input of what they're doing is just crazy.
There's not a single weakness on that team. The Thunder's still the 3-point shooting for the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean,
It's probably their biggest weakness that
They're-
I've seen. I haven't watched every game.
I would say like
Because Shy's not going to hit 6 a game.
Their
Jet's a good shooter,
3-point
but
shooting, and their
He's shooting all the time.
I would say they're scoring outside of their big 3. Like I know like Casey Wallace has his games, or like Wiggins will have his game, Aaron Wiggins. But like
Yeah, outside shooting is
I
pretty weird. But if I
yeah.
had to pick, pick one Celtics weakness, it'd probably be interior defense just because of their lack of big man depth. Assuming Porzingis gets injured again, which I think is almost safe to assume at this point. So
I think he's gonna be on a
Celtics with
crazy load
Porzingis
management this year.
would even be close.
Well,
Celtics
that's what I'm
without,
saying is
pretty even
Celtics.
matchup. I still take the Celtics though.
Celtics right now are already at like a crazy offensive rating with Al Horford playing the 5 for 20 minutes a game, and they're
Yeah, he's
still
a great
shooting
offensive player.
60.
He's still a great defensive player too, but I
Like-
don't think his body can hold up.
We don't have Porzingis, and we're already putting up these crazy numbers. So it's gonna be an interesting mid-season when Porzingis comes back in January or whatever, and we do start scoring 140 on teams again.
But the Thunder don't have Hartenstein, so
I
they
think
really are the Celtics of the West. Their freaky white big man is
well here the
their
thing
freaky big man's out.
the
So.
thing with it is like our interior defense is still great with Tatum and Horford, running the, they're both kind of
Yeah,
defending it, but I think the best thing about it is like there's only a few teams with like really good interior scorers in terms of like centers, and that's like Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, and then AD, and like I don't think the OKC. I don't know OKC's like Shai's like one of the main drivers, but it's
Shai's like a good mid ranger. I don't know if he gets like interior.
but if like
I mean, he does sometimes. Chet's decent too, but not.
like
No, and the Celtics again, they're the best team.
yeah.
They have every avenue covered. They're
I
good to
think
go.
I think defensively we can hold SGA. Defensively we can hold J Dubs. Defensively we can hold. I think if we were to play OKC in a 7-game series, I don't even think Porzingis would play on Chet. I think Tatum would probably play on Chet, and I think Porzingis would roam for blocks or loss,
Yeah, I
or
mean,
vice versa. Tatum would roam.
Nowadays, NBA is so zoned.
Yeah, I mean there's
Every player is just like switching positions. There's no positions really. Barely,
there's
so.
been a lot of games where it's like
They'll put Drew on SGA, and that's about it.
yeah, there's been a lot of games where it's like so far where like Jaylen Brown is guarding like Dame, and then next play he's guarding Giannis, and next play he's guarding Brook Lopez. That's what I think that's the best versatility part about the Celtics.
Matchups matter, but the ability to switch is, to me, by far more important. And the Celtics, again, they can switch. So they're on the court with 5 great defenders under starting lineup. There's not one good defender. There's all great. So
I will say so far that the only thing that I wouldn't even say concerns me because like I said, it's too early in the season, but like within these first 5 games, Horford has been very like just coasting. Like he hasn't been like had any spurs of like.
well, that brother's 52.
And then you have Drew Holiday has also been like very quiet offensively. Like he's
That
been
brother's
good.
49.
And then Jaylen Brown's inefficiency is like I'm not too worried. Like he had a 60% game, and then next game he had a 30-40% game. It's
He's
like
still hungover. He's still hungover.
I'm not too worried about that. It's like he scored an efficient 30 on the Bucks, and then an inefficient 25 on the
Yeah,
Hornets. Who
Celtics fans
cares?
should be happy. Brown and Tatum are shooting potatoes from 3, and they're still scoring
And
120.
this is
in
what
their
I'm
sleep,
saying
so.
is like my biggest thing about it is like I would rather it happen at the beginning of the season than the end of the season. I would rather Jaylen Brown go through a shooting slump now than a shooting slump later. And we saw it last year. Jaylen Brown the first like 5 games was like 15 a game, and we were like, dude, has he regressed this much? And then end of the season he's finally being
Yeah,
I
it's
would
a long
rather him shoot horrific from the 3 now than later, because I know after All-Star break he's giving me 50-50 splits. Like he's
And they
this
know,
is how he
like,
plays.
they know they're gonna pretty easily walk into a first seed. There's no reason to play like death ball right now.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't. Again,
It's like
I know.
the
I
18
know.
Warriors. They admittedly came out and said we don't really get up for half the games.
Like I will say, I know the Cavs are playing like really good ball right now, but I just don't trust them. I don't trust them to hold it this whole season. Mitchell's
Well, not
a
at this rate
phenomenal
because they're
player.
undefeated.
Like Mitchell's
I
a
can
great
see him
player.
I can see him being a second seed
Oh yeah, I think they'll be top 3 for sure.
because
with
their
how-
whole team's doing well. Their defense is good. It's not just
Yeah.
one guy going crazy for a little
Well,
bit.
I
so-
think the thing is like Mitchell will do his thing. I think it's my biggest thing is Mobley and Allen. Like, will they be big men the whole season? Will they play like this the whole season? Because they're
Yeah.
very
They
flip
will for the
flop.
regular season, but their playoffs are.
Like they're so flip flop because like I said, like one game Mobley has 20 points, next game he has 8, and then it's the same thing with Allen. Allen had that crazy 25, 19 with like 4 blocks, and the next game he had like 10 points.
Yeah.
It's very
Nah, man. I mean, the Cavs are nice, but It's the Celtics.
Yeah,
It's such a bygone conclusion for me. The East Conference.
dude, I do want
It's
to
the
talk
Celtics.
about this Bucks team. It has to be coaching problem. Like, I don't know what else to bring it down to. But at the same time,
When
like,
you
I don't think there was a problem with Bud. So
when you hired Doc Rivers and Darvin Ham at the same time, you're punting. You're on purpose losing. You have to be.
well,
That might be the
it's
worst coaching staff I've seen in a while.
see, I
And on top of that,
agree.
Giannis and Dame seem to hate each other.
There's no
They didn't work out in
chemistry.
the offseason. There's no chemistry. Dame doesn't want to be there. He wants to leave. Giannis,
Looking
to
like
me,
he
wants
wants to leave. Yeah,
Giannis wants to get traded. He's just trying to do like that guilt trip, like, oh, I guess if you have to, trade
Yeah.
me. I know how it is.
I think
To me, he's saying trade me. I want to leave. So
I think he's in that like. This sounds stupid, like in that D Wade where like he wants to like stay loyal to his city, but at the same time like go send me to like the Cavs for a year or something. Like go send me to
oh,
the,
D Wade
yeah.
already. I mean, he left at like year 14.
But it's like, well, Giannis is in year what?
Year 10, year 11.
Yeah, I mean he's up there.
But he's only been a star for about 8 of it, 7 or 8.
I think.
I mean, he's about. When's it? Even if he doesn't get traded, I don't think he will this year still.
Giannis will
But
not
I
get
think
traded.
he'll leave. I think he'll leave. I don't think he's a lifer anymore.
If Giannis,
And honestly, a lot of this is Giannis. He's shit in the bed, and now he's got to sleep on the shit. Because get Bud out of here, forces him out, pretty clearly. Pretty clearly brings Doc in, says, I love this guy, I love Doc. Now the team's a shit. Schemes are terrible. Doc's not a good coach. Dame and him seem they don't even like each other, like, personally, it seems, let alone basketball. Dame
I
wants to be in Miami or like where some strippers are. There's not many strippers in Milwaukee, I guess.
I really just can't tell. Like
Glorilla's not in Milwaukee.
one Damar Hamlin and Torian Prince have to be sleeping together. I don't know how. Now, why did I say Damar Hamlin? What's his name?
Did you
What's his name? What's the Darvin Ham? Is that his name?
try to kill DeMar Hamlin?
No. What's this thing coach name?
Darvin Ham.
Yeah, okay.
Well, both
Darvin
of them have irregular heartbeats. It seems.
Darvin Ham and Torian Prince have to have some sort of like relationship of. It has to be like investigated because there's no reason Torian Prince should be averaging 38 minutes a game, more than Giannis and Dame. Torian Prince should not be. Torian Prince is not a starter on any team. He should.
Here, I'm looking at the when they lost by 23 to the Grizzlies. Torian Prince played 27 minutes. What do you think his stat line was?
Probably like 3, 6, 2.
Close. 5-3-2.
Yeah.
Not bad. Giannis had 37 for 11.
Yep.
Lillard had 4 points in 33 minutes.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Bobby Portis is on their team. Pat Connaughton's giving you 3 points in 16 minutes. This team sucks.
Well, the problem is like you want to know what's
It is.
even worse.
Giannis is still an MVP player. Dame's washed up, and nobody else in that team.
But then the next game,
is good.
Dame scores 40. I just don't know if he's forcing his way out or if he's generally. I can't
He
tell.
does, but it's to me a sign of washing up on the beach, is when you start going like this, like extremely.
I feel
Old
like
Dame would still get 16 points on a bad
Yeah.
game. Now he's getting 4.
well,
Can't get to the line. He's not getting free throws.
I think the worst part about it is they lost to that Grizzlies team with no Aldama, Smart, or Bane. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're missing 3 starters.
Aldama played.
Okay, he did play, but Smart and Bane were out.
Yeah, Bane was out. Scottie Pippen Jr. had 16. He's killing it. Shout out
Yeah,
to Scottie
he's
Pippen Jr.
been
He's
really
earned
good
his
off the
spot.
bench.
I mean, the Grizzlies again. They just have a deep ass team.
Did Smart play?
Jake LaRavia had 33 minutes. Got him a double-double. Jalen Wells got 16 points. Honestly, don't know who that is. Zach Edey, another solid game. Triple J, another average game. John Morant, another triple-double.
It's
It's a deep-ass team.
'Cause
The
my thing
Grizzlies
is,
will be
like,
a fifth,
Bane-
fourth seed with that team.
well, not Bane. Dame scored 4 points on the Grizzlies, and their arguably best perimeter defender was out. Arguably, their 2 best perimeter defenders were out. Is insane to me.
And then he puts up 41 on the Cavs.
Which is,
Which, if you're going to put it on a team, I think the Cavs have kind of a poor perimeter defense. That's their weakness. Mitchell and Garland don't give me lockdown
Yeah,
vibes at all.
Mobley's their best all-around defender.
But yeah, Giannis and Lillard combined for 75,
Well,
and they lose 75 to 113 points is from them because Prince gives them 16 points, but Lopez has 6 points in 35 minutes. Gary Trent Jr. has 3 points in 34 minutes. DeLon Wright has 0 in 17 minutes.
well, I will say,
There's no bench in Milwaukee. 0 bench.
yeah, I agree with that. Bobby Portis has regressed.
Maybe the worst bench in the league.
Pat McConaughey or whatever his name is regressed.
Yeah, Connaughton's worthless.
They're
Giannis is
couple
still MVP caliber.
2 or 3
Dame
years.
is still pretty good, but barely all-star in my opinion. Huge drop. No one else on that team is even barely a starter to me. Like,
Well,
they're not
dude,
starters on most teams.
I saw the clip of the final shot, and I think Giannis's defense is starting to get, or might be, I might consider it overrated, in the sense of,
I don't know. To me, that was a coaching thing, not Giannis.
well,
I don't know why he was.
I don't know why he's hiding in the corner on George Niang when
Yeah.
Mitchell has the ball in his hands for the last shot. If you are considered one of the best defenders in the league, you're taking that task. I'm just saying, if this is any other team, if this is the Celtics, Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum is on.
Well, this is he's
Mitchell.
taken that task in the past.
What's I'm saying? It's like, what is he
To
doing?
me, this is coaching, not Giannis. I don't think Giannis ducks people.
Like, I don't
So
know.
I'm wondering, what is Doc like? Because this is an out-of-bounds play anyway. This is all timeout. We've had time to talk about it. They come out, he's on Niang. If Niang hits a game winner on me, I'll shake his hand. You got me, you fat son of a bitch.
Well, my thing is, like,
Fair enough.
Gary Trent Jr., get off of Mitchell. I'm sending Giannis at your way instantly.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's ISOing.
That was
Or
insane.
at the very
to me.
least, have him protect the
Well,
rim
that-
and make you
that's-
beat with a jump shot.
My other
But-
thing is like double. I would rather live with Niang hitting a corner three or something, but even if with the
Yeah, Mitchell was
time
killing it. Garland was cold. I mean, no
With-
one else is probably hitting that winner. except
with the
Mitchell.
time, I don't think Mitchell would have been able to get a pass off with a shot. So if
It would have been hard. I
yeah,
think
it
he
would have been
could've,
a
but
like
it would've been tough.
1 second shot. If Giannis would have doubled, there's a high chance that Lopez or Torian Prince could have shifted over to put a hand up and contest the shot for
Yeah.
Niang getting the ball. Somebody should have doubled Mitchell. It was just it's Mitchell.
It wasn't the best play, but again, I blame the coaches the most when you fuck up an out of bounds like final play of the game.
I just see
Defensively,
it
could
as,
they have made the one rotation more? Sure, but to me, this was a scheming and just
well, maybe
preparedness
this
issue.
is me used to being like, because I'm a Celtics fan. As a star player, I feel like you should take the task upon yourself. Like,
yeah, but
Ant-Man.
he's done that his whole
Well,
career.
that's what I'm saying. He's like Ant-Man's like, I'm guarding Kyrie. Sure, he did awfully. No offense to him, but like Jaylen Brown, I'm guarding Luka. He took Luka assignment. If I'm Giannis and we're game on the line, I don't care what the coach says. I am guarding Mitchell. I'm the best defender. I'm guarding Mitchell. He's their best player.
Yeah, but if
I
you
don't.
say you don't give a fuck about the coach, then someone like Doc Rivers, who's got paper thin ego and attitude, like
Did at this point,
if he loves Doc Rivers this much because he begged him to join the team, then he'd probably like, yes sir, whatever you say, sir. Doc,
Like-
you want me? I got you. I'll send the corner.
I
So,
see it as like 4-game losing streak.
you gotta have
Game
trust
on
in
the
your
line,
coach, but
like game on the line, 4-game losing streak. Yeah, I'm not letting Mitchell get that last shot off. As the best player, I feel like that's your role is to save the game in a sense.
sure you'd think so, but again, if he trusts his coach, which he should be able to define his role for him. Because again, I don't think if this was a back and forth, Giannis would pick up Mitchell at half court every time.
See,
But since this is a like
Yeah.
premeditated 60-second timeout, Cavs are drawing up plays, the Bucks are drawing up defenses.
well, I guess that's my problem. Is like,
you don't usually see just go fucking take care of it defense out of bounds. There's always a scheme to it.
yeah, well, I
And
just
the
feel
scheme
like
should have been Giannis on Mitchell, but I don't blame Giannis for not being on him. I blame the coaches, and I would blame Giannis too for this all loops back for bringing in a dog shit coach. And
I see it
Rivers-
as like, I just feel like I know Rivers is a bad coach in a sense, but like, what are they thinking with that? I just don't understand what's
I mean, Gary
happening with
Trent's
the
a
Bucks.
decent defender,
I mean,
but Mitchell is beating him
that's what I'm saying.
most of the
Like,
time. And I guess since Giannis has got a $3 million a year wingspan, they want him to go for deflections.
but I
Or
just see it
threes,
like, dude,
but it's a 1 point game. They're not going
my
to shoot a three.
dude,
probably,
my
so.
best defender should not be guarding someone who's not gonna get the ball in the
No.
corner. That's just
No.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
At
That's
the very least, put him
terrible.
on Mobley if you need the length.
Well, exactly. Like,
Because Mobley can score.
you got,
but
but even then, like, he should not have been hiding in the corner. And I don't want to
no,
say, like,
no, I agree. I'm just saying, like, at the very least, put him around the rim, around Mobley. If you're not gonna put him on Mitchell. But no, again, that's just. I mean, a game like that. That's all coaching to me.
Because like the more you look at it, regardless how you look at it,
I think Giannis is throughout the year. Giannis is gonna realize, oh shit, this guy's an idiot, and he's gonna be like, all right, I guess I gotta play ISO ball.
From what I saw, the only two people who could have defended that shot are, unironically, Torian Prince and Giannis.
Yeah.
Dame's not
And
guarding
Gary
that.
Trent's not a bad defender,
No,
but he's average. I mean, he's okay, but
I think it's just that Donovan Mitchell is a
Donovan Mitchell is a borderline
He's
elite offensive player.
He's a top 15 player in the league. He should be guarded by a top 15 player in the league. And you had one on your team, you know? It's like, I just see this like any other team. It's like, if they were playing the Lakers, AD is probably guarding Mitchell somehow on a switch or something. Like, I don't know. Like if it's the OKC.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean,
again, that's probably it's not a bounce play, last play of the game. So the whole scheme is going to be Vanderbilt, AD, LeBron, maybe not LeBron if he's tired or something. I mean, Reeves is probably in there for defense.
Like, again, if it's
Max Christie,
if it's OKC, you probably have Caruso or SJ on him or Lou. I mean, they have
probably Lou.
They have too many people who could
Is Lou
actually.
still on the Thunder?
Yeah,
He's still on the Thunder, right? Okay. Yeah, probably Lou.
I would say. You wouldn't think all defensive Caruso would be on him?
Lou or Caruso.
I think it would probably, that's what I said. I think they have three interchangeable people who could guard him. Even J-Dubs has a chance of guarding him.
I think they would all be on the court. They would be Shai, Lou, Caruso,
J-Dubs,
Hartenstein.
You don't think J-Dubs would make the final roster? I mean, the final minutes?
If you just need one final and defense, the only shit that matters play. Maybe,
I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe Shai goes out for J-Dubs, but...
I think SJ is a better defender than J-Dubs.
Well, he is more, like, length if he's got to pick passes off.
I think,
they need one on-ball defender, and that's probably Caruso or Dort.
If it's the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat have been looking awful, Spoelstra is putting Bam or Jimmy Butler on...
The Heat will just put some, like, random guy they found at Costco the day before, and he'll block it, and they'll win the finals.
So, I don't know, like... Very odd.
We'll do cocaine in a Miami bathroom.
Like, whatever's happening with the Bucks organization is very odd to me. Very, very odd to me.
The team sucks. The coaches are bad. Your star is still your star, but he could get hurt. Dame's washed. This team will still make the play-in. Minimum. Giannis is too good not to. Win 15 games by himself. On top of whatever they can do as a team. But
well, that's how I feel about the 76ers.
This is a team that would, I mean... Unless they somehow try to find a way to click late season. Because there's really only one, maybe two juggernauts right now in the East with the Cavs. But they just took the Cavs to a final shot. That's a good sign. They put up a fight. The Bucks, they just look bad. They just look like an average team that's going to lose in the first or second round max. And then just, that's it.
Well, my thing is, like, the 76ers are going to make play into playoffs. Like...
The Bucks and Sixers might both be in the play-in.
Paul George is coming.
Just injured all year.
Well, Paul George is coming back next game. I think
How long will he be here, though?
I think Maxey and George can will 10, 15 wins until
I don't think Paul George plays uninjured to the playoffs.
But I'm just saying, like,
at this age of his career.
I don't
think Embiid does it either once he comes back. I don't know what's going on.
Dude, I think Paul George will play, and then once he gets injured, Embiid should be back by then, and then Embiid will get injured, and Paul George will be back. I think they're just gonna flip flop. Like, I think they'll will their way into playoffs.
Yeah, but those two flip flopping with an average at best bench, I mean, that's a playing team.
You think? Well, I mean, I like the Sixers looks of what they got. Oubre. No, I mean no.
Eh,
They lost Melton. They lost Batum. Batum. I don't know.
I'm not liking that team.
No, they lost. They lost Buddy. They lost. They lost their whole roster. Now that I think about it.
I'm not liking that team. I mean, you got that
No.
one guy who dunked on LeBron in the Olympics, French dude,
Yabusele.
solid.
Yabusele.
but he's not going to give you,
No,
25
he's,
points. on the
he's a
bench.
good bench
defender.
player. He's a good bench
Yeah,
player.
he's good.
He's scoring like 15 off
Jared
the bench.
McCain, he's cool, but he won't be doing much in his rookie season, I don't think, to turn him into a playoff team. That'd be insane.
Well, I mean, he
You have Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry. I mean, your bench's average age is like 48 years old. Maxi's been a little disappointing to start, but
well,
he's facing double teams all
like I
night.
said, he's shooting like 37-20 splits or something.
Caleb
stupid.
Martin starting. Don't like that.
I don't like Caleb
Andre
Martin.
Drummond has no offensive play. He has no touch on the rim. He's like
Caleb-
a bad Gobert.
Andre Drummond's
Kelly
gonna give
Oubre-
you. No, you go.
I like Kelly Oubre. I was gonna say I like Kelly Oubre. Not a good offensive player. Never
Yeah.
has been. He'll have those random games where he'll
Yeah,
hit like
like-
10
that's what I'm
mid-ranges
saying,
and
yeah.
get 30 points, but he's not efficient, and his defense isn't good enough to be like. He's a solid player at best. He's never gonna like sniff an all-star or like carry a team to a couple wins.
Drummond's a
like
random
this
like Drummond's gonna give you like 20 rebounds, but nothing else. He'll get you like 4 points, 15 rebounds, and then 2 blocks.
Yeah, Drummond is like a bad Gobert. He has zero offensive game. He only does is catch lobs, and since his
And
knees
then-
are shot, he can barely do that.
And then like yeah, Oubre,
Reggie
like you
Jackson,
said,
too.
Oubre's very hit or miss.
His old ass. It's an old injured team.
I like Jared McCain, man. I think he'll be good in this league. I think he'll be a good point guard. I think he'll be
He
a
will.
good. He'll be a pass first guard.
I
He'll
just don't think on this team like their best player right now is the guard. So he won't get that many minutes.
Well-
I mean, I think he'll start at some point.
I
but
think Maxey will get injured and he'll take over, or
Max will be shooting guard probably.
they just say, dude, George isn't coming back and Embiid's not coming back. Let's just run a small lineup of give McCain guard, give
If Embiid is
Maxey the shooting guard. Like just let them just play like a super small
yeah,
lineup.
if something's seriously wrong with Embiid and Paul George gets hurt again, fuck it, punt it, send McCain in.
Dude, at this point,
because the season's
Hey.
cooked at that point either way.
at this point, with how the Sixers seasons have gone, tank, get Cooper Flag. Let
Well, I
Maxey
mean-
let Maxey, Jared McCain, and Cooper Flag become a super team. Good
I'll
enough
give
for
him a
me.
little more time, but we'll see how Paul George does if he gets hurt again. Embiid, I think Embiid will retire in like a year or two at this point. His body is so destroyed. He just
Dude,
could barely play basketball. He looked like he
they-
was in pain. When I watched the Olympics, he looked like he was in pain the whole time.
They are
And
literally
he's still
like
not ready to play apparently.
Well, that's
He-
the craziest thing is he played playoffs on like drugs, half of his face drooping because of whatever
he was
palsy,
fucked up. He was
and then
fucked up.
he played the Olympics. That should have never been. If I'm the 76ers coaching staff and health, I am not letting Embiid touch
Well, he
the
played
Olympics.
he will not be touching a ball in 4 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying because he wanted
This is
he
last
wanted
shot.
the gold medal just to say I got my gold
That was
medal.
his personal.
He-
yeah.
he
And
might
since
not-
He's a star.
He might not win a
he's a st-
championship, so yeah.
Probably not, and he's the star, so he's got it probably in his contract. Yeah, let me do shit. To me,
Like-
that was him saying, "I'm not going to be touching a ball in 2028. Hell no. So I got to win this now."
Because like
and he did it, but honestly, Embiid he looks so injured all the time. I kind of feel bad. I feel bad for the guy.
I feel like they're just maybe that's why
Like
they're
this-
just sitting him half. It's like, dude, this might be the year where they're like, we don't care about our awards. Sit 40 games and just be healthy for playoffs.
I'm not shocked if he does like a Kawhi thing where he just doesn't play till like January for a little bit and then stop and then All-Star break and then play some more and just hope that they can make the play in. And then he'll like, all right, I'm ready.
They're a play-in team, even without
With
Embiid.
Paul George.
Yeah, I was gonna say without Embiid, with
Without
Paul George.
and Embiid, I like Maxey.
No,
I can see this team being a bottom 5 seed.
and this is my biggest
They
thing
can
where
make the play in with just Maxey if he picks it up and the bench locks in a bit.
Well-
and there's other injured teams like the Magic could completely collapse.
Well, this is my
But-
thing where people were arguing, like, the whole, like, Maxey's better than Jaylen Brown. Maxey's second best guard in the league, or second best guard in the East. Maxey's a great player. He's not good enough to be a first option yet. And,
Especially, he's a small guard.
yeah.
It's just
He
nature of his body. He can't carry it. Like you can't.
yeah.
Even a guard like SGA 6'6",
He
strong as
thrives.
shit.
He
Luka's
thrives.
6'9" guard.
He thrives as a second option, but a lot of his second option comes from the fact that like his numbers come from the fact that Embiid's in and out of the game. Embiid's in and out for the season. So like, if Embiid
But
played
he works
70,
well with Embiid.
I was like, if Embiid played 75 games, Maxi's averages would be way more down than they are. He looks a lot better because
Honestly, I don't think they'd be that way down because his
Well, I think
efficiency's so bad. His averages are coming down.
well, I think this year, I'm talking about last year. If Embiid actually played last year, I don't think Maxi would have been scoring 28 a game or whatever he scored.
No. But it'd be better because
Yeah.
he'd score 24
He
on
would- that's what I'm
23
saying.
on much better.
I think he'd have more
10 assists a
efficiency.
game,
But I think, like, I hate the whole like Maxi and Jaylen Brown comparisons because like Jaylen Brown, if Tatum went out, Jaylen Brown could still carry this Celtics team to a first seed and win a championship.
In his defense, that team is much better than the
Well, yeah,
shit
but I'm
Maxi's
just saying
got
like
around him.
Jaylen Brown
But
could
Jaylen
be
Brown is a better player than Tyrese Maxey, full
yeah.
stop. And a lot of that reason is that he can. I'll give Maxey. I'll give him
Ball
pure
handling.
scoring. I'll give him pure scoring and ball handling, and I'll give him pure scoring just to be nice to him
Nah.
because his flashiness is impressive. But Jaylen Brown is better in every sense of the word. A better playmaker,
No.
off ball,
See, Maxi's a better shooter than
better
Jaylen
defender
Brown.
by far.
I had a whole like argument with a kid on Twitter. Maxi's a better shooter, like 3-point shooter than Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown does almost everything better than Maxi when it comes to mid range, finishing.
No, I know. I'm not.
Yeah.
I won't start the argument. I know Jaylen Brown's better.
Yeah.
I'm just giving Maxey his flowers. He
It's
could be an
just-
elite offensive player. He could be like as a
he's
scorer. He
just-
could be. He has like a Kyrie Irving kind of vibe to
He
him. Like,
is
his
in-
finishing is incredible.
He's in just such an awful situation because he is
Yeah.
a
And he didn't sign up
championship.
for this.
He's a championship contender on any other team if as a second option. You put him
He
on.
expected to play. He expected to play with Paul George and Embiid.
What's my, you put him on.
His options next to him right now are Kelly Oubre Jr. and Kyle Lowry.
What I'm saying is, you put him on the Miami Heat, and Miami Heat's second seed.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that. You put him on the Pacers, and the Pacers are top 3 seed. You put him on the Knicks, and they're arguably first seed. You put I don't know. I think the Celtics.
No, I don't
did
think
better.
he'd fit too well in the Knicks. with Brunson.
No, they're too small. You'd have to
I
bench.
mean, you put him on.
too many
Only
people.
look at these teams. I mean, him on a Bulls, that'd be elite.
You put him on the Raptors, it might still be too small, but
Magic would be fantastic because they don't have like that.
actually, hear me out.
Guard.
Hear me out.
that can score.
Raptors, Emmanuel quickly at point guard, Maxi at shooting guard, RJ at 3, Barnes at 4, and Pirtle at 5. That's not a bad lineup at all.
It's a pretty good team. They would probably be top 6, but I don't see them fighting for a title still. They don't have it.
Well, they're all very young, and none of them are like superstars, but they're all like just
Yeah, but I
solid.
would say I would still take Celtics, Cavs, and Knicks
Yeah, well,
minimum over them. Maybe even fully healthy Magic.
I don't
Pacers
know.
if they lock in.
It just depends on like what version of Scotty Barnes you get and what version of Maxi you get, I guess.
Yeah. It's a good team, but there's defensive questions there for me.
Because like RJ's been a consistent like 20-point per game scorer for a while now.
Yeah.
I think he's.
But again, he's
I think RJ Barrett's becoming
it's
underrated.
kind of like the Kelly Oubre thing. Like the points are like always in the 20, but what else are you doing for me?
I think RJ's becoming underrated in the fact that RJ is a above average defender on the perimeter, and I think he's
a good player.
He's an all around good playmaker. He's an all around good scorer. I think he is becoming very underrated. I think like
Yeah.
he disappeared on the Raptors. Like when he went to the Raptors, he disappeared as like namesake because he's not on the Knicks anymore, and he was
Yeah.
in talks of like RJ Barrett, Zion, Duke, but like.
No, yeah, he's a
He's
good player.
he's gone under the radar, but he's basically Siakam 2.0 in a way. He's just like he's just
I don't
putting
think
up
he's on Siakam's level
well,
yet,
he's just
but I think
putting-
he's a good player.
he's just putting up consistent 20 bombs, 6 rebounds, couple assists with just solid efficiency and
Yeah.
solid defense.
No, he is the embodiment of the word solid, all of it. I don't think he'll hit the next all-star level ever in his career, but
Probably not.
he's just a decent player. Like any championship team would be like, "Hey, RJ, come be our third, fourth option. We'll take it."
See, that's why I hate like teams like the Nuggets, man. Like, what are you doing? You have so much capital to to play for somebody like RJ or Emmanuel Quickly or somebody in
What is
that
your cap?
realm. What'd you say?
I'm looking at their cap table.
Like Nuggets spent so much money on their big three and their big four technically,
Cap
and
hit.
Murray is
Yeah,
just
it's just the Murray contract's an absolute
disgusting.
neck breaker. Jokic as a star is demanding a lot. MPJ is getting as much as Murray. He don't deserve that either.
No,
I like Aaron Gordon. That's a bit much. That's a bit money. That's a bit much.
it's a little high, but he's at least playing at a solid level. He's still
And
giving
it's the
you.
city. It's the city of Denver, so the cap evens out, but they don't have as much money.
Because I will say Aaron Gordon is their probably second best player at the moment for this season so far, from what I've seen. I think it's going Jokic, Gordon.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think he's just his defense makes up for his lack of offense.
Westbrook was it? Westbrook. Well, I respect Russ for what he's done in his career. Great MVP season. He shouldn't be playing basketball in the NBA. He is not an NBA level player anymore. He's that bad.
Dude, I think he's just too much strain on his body.
There are
He's
better players.
too explosive.
There are better players that had to go to Europe to play this year. I don't think he's an NBA level player.
It's very
anymore.
weird because it's like I don't get like was it just he didn't get injured much. It just like his body just couldn't handle
Uh,
the
yeah, his whole game was he was a great playmaker, incredible finisher, average to below average shooter. His stats were he was always this was an argument when he was on the Thunder when he had his triple double season.
yeah, they're like stat
They
padding.
were clearing out, let him get the rebounds. Then he would
Or
just
like
full steam ahead,
or like the Steven Adams
pass
tip
it.
passes or whatnot.
tip past him and have a dunk. So he'd farm rebounds and assists like that, and then he'd score because he's the first option or second to KD sometimes, if he was still there. So his stats were always kind of, especially the rebounds and sometimes the assists were like, all right, this is a little inflated. I don't think anybody ever thought Russ was the best player in the league in his prime, top 5, but he would just run. Like he would never stop running. He was an elite defender. He's lost all. He's a terrible defender now.
You don't think
Bad offensive player.
he doesn't look terrible defensively right now? Like
I think he looks pretty crap.
the last 2 seasons, he's been like, I think it's very much
It's like he's lost his like. He looks like a rookie.
no, it's very hit
And
or
his
miss.
body,
It's
his
very
body
hit or
can't
miss.
keep up. His body can't keep up with
Because-
him. Because he ran.
I think his matchups is very much like he plays KD and he's playing some of the best defense you ever see. But
Well,
then
that's just like that's the
that's
one
what I'm
game he
saying.
locks in for.
it's like he's had a
It's
few
his whole body of work, offensively and defensively, is strictly bad.
or he'll
It's not even average.
or he'll see Gobert and he'll randomly have a time shift game where he scores
Yeah, he'll
like
just
30.
like hate that one guy. Like every 10 game, he'll have a game in like 2 weeks where he has like 25, 5, 5, and locks down their second option. Everybody's like, holy shit. And then he'll go back to having 3, 5, 2 games, getting blown by, going for stupid pass interceptions. It's over. Shout out to Russ. Great career, Hall of Famer, easy.
And it's just hard because it's like
Get out of the league. You're done.
Harden's playing very well. I don't know if he can keep it up
Yeah,
the whole
he's-
season, but he's playing at an
Well, I
all
mean,
NBA level.
As he is now, they're 2-4. The Clippers team is just not good enough. They don't have enough talent.
But he looks like
And he's still prone to chucking. I mean,
he looks like early Houston.
he's shooting 36%, 26 from 3.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's why I said he looks like
He's averaging
inefficient
20.
Houston.
He's averaging 22 and 11 with 2 steals.
Yeah.
Like he's playing basketball, but the shot's just not there. He's kind of lost his shot. Even for him as a bit of a chucker, lol. He's shooting 36%, 4 of 13 last game, 6 of 18 against the Trailblazers.
The only
It's just not- it's
games
not efficient.
the only games I watched of
He hasn't had a single game over 500 yet.
the only Clippers game I've watched is the Clippers vs Suns matchup.
That was a good game.
I watched a few Nuggets games. I watched a few Wolves games. Haven't watched any Knicks games besides the Celtics.
Yeah.
I've watched every Celtics game so far. Like I'm trying to keep up with everybody, but it's like the times
James
are
looks
so
good.
hard, man.
Without him, that's the Jazz are worse probably still, but that's the second worst team in the West. But
You
he
said the
just
Jazz. You mean the Clippers?
no, I'm saying without him, the Clippers are the second worst team, still better than the Jazz.
Oh, I thought you
The
said.
Jazz are that bad.
I thought you said Without
said
him, the
Jizz?
Jazz are better.
Did I jizz myself?
Dude,
Sorry.
the Jazz are such an odd team as
But
well.
yeah, no, I mean, the Clippers team sucks. I like Zubac. Norman Powell's good. That's about it for me. Yeah, Jazz are horrible. I mean, the West. Jazz suck. Trailblazers, Clippers, bad. That's it. Everybody else above that. Pelicans, normally good.
They're just
Kings.
unhealthy.
Kings are. The defense is bad. I mean, I could see them missing the playoffs just from proxy of being in such a demon conference. They could just straight up miss the play-ins.
They'll will their
Nuggets-
way.
the
They'll
Nuggets-
will their way into like 10th seed or something.
Yeah, if they're healthy, they'll get. But it's like they're 11th now and they're fully healthy. Like it's looking iffy.
Well, they're still
The Nuggets
missing
are average.
Kevin
The
Herter right?
Rockets.
And Keegan Murray.
I think Herter's playing.
Is Murray back yet?
I don't know. Let me check. Let me take a look. They are. Yeah, Murray's playing. Herter's not. I had it backwards. But again, the Raptors.
They
put
had
up
the same
131.
injury. That's what confused me. I'm pretty sure they have.
Chris
this same
Boucher put up
injury.
24. Grady Dick 22. Who's killing it? RJ Barrett had 31. Ochai Agbaji 22.
Yeah, he's playing.
Terrible defense. Kings might have the worst defense in the league, arguably.
Oji Okubaji or whatever. People are saying that
It's racist.
they're saying that he looks. His game is looking similar to early OG. I don't know.
This is a
they're
this
saying
Raptors
that
team. If you just like
looks very
randomly
well.
dropped a star on this team, and it worked, like a Kawhi did, second best team in the East right away. They have crazy depth now.
This is my
To
thing.
the
Is
West,
like,
I mean,
the Raptors and the Jazz have great pieces, but they're missing star power. But they have no draft capital or trade capital. Like the Jazz have Lauri Markkanen, Keontae George. They have Walker Kessler. They have a good, solid lineup of players that they're just missing that one piece.
I think the Jazz are missing a few
The
pieces. I
one
mean,
piece. Not bad. How? I think Keontae George is a great point guard. Not a good point guard. A good point
average
guard.
at best.
I think
I'm not seeing enough.
Lauri
from
Markkanen.
George.
Lauri Markkanen's a great power forward, and Walker Kessler's a great center. I
I'm
think
not
they're.
calling Kessler a great center.
I think
I'm not
all they're
calling-
missing is wing depth,
I don't agree.
shooters.
I just think it's just they're all just too average. It's just a bad team. I mean, Kessler's a solid center. Keontae George is an average point guard. Sexton is average. I don't see what Sexton.
Good defender.
John Collins is okay. Your bench of Johnny Juzang, he's fun to watch, but he ain't gonna get you much. You got Cody Williams and Kyle Flipowski starting for you.
Well,
Who the fuck are you guys?
Cody Williams is J-Do's little brother. I think they just are trying to hope that he hits the same ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, Markkanen's a very good to maybe great player. That's it. No one else on this team I'd call a good player. Even everybody's average to bad after that. So I just don't see it with them.
You put LeBron on that team and they're a playoff team.
Yeah, it'll get 85 free throws a game.
But like I said, the Raptors have a solid team. They're just missing, they're missing depth. That's what they're missing is depth.
Depth and defense.
I wouldn't even say defense.
They need some defense help.
Bruce Brown, good defender. R.J. Barrett, good defender. Scotty Barnes, good defender. Pirtle, good defender. Quickly's probably their worst defender in that lineup.
Old, good at best, injured, overrated rim protector.
I disagree. I think
They've
that
given up 136, 107, 112, 127, 138 to the Hornets, 131
the
to the
Hornets
Lakers.
are playing out of their mind right now. So
Well, they're all right. The Raptors.
again, I
Not
think
everybody's a good team. Not everybody's a good team. They're
think-
still they're still a bad basketball team.
I
in
think-
the grand scheme.
I think the
comparatively to other teams.
Raptors are just.
But they've got some cool players.
I think the Raptors are missing depth. That's all I think. They think they don't have another center.
They've got cool players. Fully healthy, they're a playing team. They're like at ninth.
Like
Seed.
the Raptors would thrive with somebody like, unironically, Walker Kessler.
They should have got Cat.
They,
Cat would be crazy on that team.
they would thrive with somebody. I think they just need a center. They need a backup center.
Well, yeah, get healthy, see what the team looks like. This year, again, they're not contending. So to see what the team looks like, and then maybe make a play next year.
Which is crazy because
If
they're
Quick-
not contending.
If Quickly locks in and fully becomes like a pretty damn good player, RJ Barrett stays solid, and Scotty Barnes is an all-star, maybe all-NBA level player. And that's your kind of big three. One more pickup. And I know Grady
Well,
Dick's a great player who can score for you off the bench.
well, this is my thing.
It's not bad.
This is my
Again,
thing.
no one's sniffing the Celtics. Yeah, wait
Well,
for them to blow up.
this is my thing is, Quickly is a 4, 5 player.
Yeah, I think you should more than that, honestly.
Well, I think it's with, and this is me just throwing out averages. He's like a 15 point per game scorer. RJ's like a 20 point per game scorer, 18, 19, 20 point per game scorer. Scotty's like a 25. Bruce Brown is like a 10, 15, if that. Grady right now is like a 20, which is crazy. And then Pirtle's like a 10,
he's
15.
great. He's efficient, too.
They got a good 6-man rotation. I think they're just missing that big depth and wing depth.
Yeah.
I think
when he got to Toronto, Quickly on Toronto last year dropped 19.75.
So I mean,
And
yeah,
that's a new player, so you should be.
they've
I
got.
expect a jump. I expect like
well,
a 22.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
22-8
They've
season. I
got
think he can do that.
they've got 3 players that are scoring 20.
Yeah, they have 3 good players.
I think Bruce Brown's a good defender. He's a good. If Grady is playing how he is right now,
I think Bruce Brown's kind of slowing down. I
Well, I'm
don't think
saying-
he's much of a weapon as you think it is.
what I was saying is if Grady Dick is playing as he is now, put him in the starting lineup, play Bruce Brown off the bench when he comes back, which he probably will play off the bench when he comes back anyways because of injury management. But I think their biggest lack of depth is behind Pirtle. There's no one behind Pirtle. I think that Chris Boucher is their backup center.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the behind Pirtle is nobody.
Yeah, Bruce Brown's on the Raptors.
Where'd he go? Are you sure?
Is he hurt? Oh, he's on the Raptors. Never mind.
Yeah, he's
He's
injured.
just out.
He's been injured for like
I didn't see him.
whatever. Dude, I was about to say, I swear he was on the Raptors.
I thought it was at the Pacers. I forgot it was before.
No, he got traded
Yeah,
for
Bruce
Siakam.
Brown, but he's not gonna.
Remember, he got
He's
traded
not
to.
gonna give me 8 wins.
He got signed with the Pacers, traded for Siakam.
He stole their money and then left. Yeah, because he shit himself in the Pacers. My dog. Not are good, but not in this lifetime. The Celtics are too good. The Celtics and Thunder are gonna run this league for
Well-
3 years minimum.
Well, the
They
problem
blow up,
is
so.
I think the NBA right now is very like solid, whereas like everybody's good.
There's a lot of parity.
Every
like, the
team
third-
is good.
The third through like 22nd team can beat each other, but the Celtics and Thunder are just like
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think
fully healthy, like they're in a league of their own.
I think every team is good, but then there's just certain teams that are great. That's where it comes down to. Like,
Yeah.
the Nets are good, but in retrospect, they're like 15th best team in the league. Probably worse than that. I would
Yeah,
say,
but they're
probably
solid.
worse.
They're playing better than I expected, but yeah, they're still a bottom half team.
Or like Raptors is a good team, but in retrospect, they're like 28th. Like
Yeah, they're bad. They're banged up, but they're a bottom half team.
Rockets are a very good team. They have a very good young roster of talent.
It's just it's just relative. If I compare it to other teams, they're average.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just that
They're very good players.
I see the players and
watching
I'm like,
basketball.
that's a good team. Like you look at,
But then you compare them to like 15 other teams, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
they're not good. They're not better
'cause,
than
like,
any of these guys.
I see Jalen Green, Amon Thompson, Sangoon, Dylan Brooks, Fred Van Fleet, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, Jabari. Like that's a great lineup right there.
Yeah.
That's a great. They have a good 10-man rotation of players, but you put them against like
It's just-
the Timberwolves
It's just
and
average compared to Thunder, Suns, Mavericks, Grizzlies, Timberwolves. Fully healthy Pelicans, Celtics, Knicks,
well, dude,
Cavs.
I'll say it until
Pacers
I
that they
die,
lock
man.
in.
Fully healthy
Fully healthy
Pelicans are like
Sixers.
4th seed. They can't stay healthy.
They're gonna limp into the plan, if that, because they're just so fucked up all the
Dude,
time.
they're
Because
7.
all this is happening, when they all come back, Zion's gonna go out. You know
Like,
what's gonna happen.
Their 7-man rotation looks so good. Like on paper, they look so good.
Yeah.
That Murray McConnell.
It's a shame because it ain't
I
gonna
mean Murray McConnell,
work. Come.
Murray, CJ, Herb, Trey, Ingram, Zion, with Larry Nance Jr. as backup center, like that team just looks so solid. Then you have Jose.
It's a very good team.
You have that 3-point shooter. I don't even know his name, but he's like a second-year player, rookie or second-year player. He looks phenomenal.
Oh, Jordan. Something.
Jordan Hawkins, yeah, he keeps on having these random like 5 for 5 3-point games or something stupid. Like he's looking great.
They're a very good team, but it's been the case for the last 3 years now. It's already again happening. They're just so injured all the time. I can say with confidence they're not going to be a threat because of the injuries.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
It's what it is. They're the Sixers of the West. On paper, they should be like a conference final contender, but
they
ain't gonna work. It's just so many. It can't work.
Fully
it's
healthy.
Really not, these guys can't stay healthy.
Fully healthy, 75 games. Every single one of them plays 75 games. Fully healthy. I could say with my chest they're third seed. I think it'd be like OKC, Timberwolves, Pelicans.
Yeah, definitely top 6. They would be a playing team. So
I don't know who would be better. If I'm talking fully healthy, I don't know who's better than them. Fully healthy, besides OKC and Timberwolves, I'm taking them over Mavs any day of the week.
I would take Mavs over them still.
Player for player, Pelicans are better at every single position besides point guard. It literally goes Luka, and then it goes every single Pelicans player. Then Kyrie.
I like the team better on the Mavs. I don't look at the player every player too much.
Dude, but that's what I'm saying. I look at matchup wise. Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and DeJounte Murray playing on Luka and Kyrie all game. That is a great defensive trio to guard.
It's a great matchup.
Two great
and if
guards.
that'd be a 7-game series either way.
Zion,
I just think the Mavs would squeak it.
Zion is absolutely shutting down PJ and I mean Gafford and Lively. Ingram and Zion are shutting down Gafford and Lively.
On Ingram, I don't think he's shutting down much.
CJ's gonna guard PJ Washington.
CJ has disappointed me in the playoffs. I expect a drop from him, but so is Kyrie too. He's disappointed.
That's why you have Trey Murphy and Herb Jones.
It would be a good 7-game series.
CJ,
It'd be a great series.
CJ could sit out the whole series, and they still have a great starting 5. You move Murray to guard. And
That's fair.
You just play Herb and Trey Murphy.
But I like Herb. I like Trey Murphy. They're all good players, but I just haven't seen because they're always so fucking hurt. I haven't seen it yet, so I know the Mavs can do it. So I would take the Mavs over them.
Yeah,
based
I
on
don't know,
what I've
man.
seen.
Like,
it'd be a fight. It would be a fight. It'd be a hell of a series.
Like I said, Pelicans could stay healthy for 75 games, man. Like, such a good team, man. Such a good team. Happen.
Them boys are like my record for beating my dick 28 times in one day. And I was out for a week. I was so injured, like blood, and I just couldn't.
All right, let's go into a different topic. We've been talking about hoops for an hour and 20. COD came out. Have you played it? You played it all?
I play a lot of COD. I played a lot of COD. I fish too. I'm just kidding. Don't play on words, but I play a lot of COD. COD's a fish. That's the joke.
Yeah,
so
you know how
COD.
Do you know how many types of COD? You know how many types of COD there are? 27. There's 27.
Hold on.
There's 27 types of COD.
26.
There's 27.
26.
There's 20.
Are you thinking about the Forbidden COD? That's extinct. I'm sorry, you can continue. I played Call of Duty, Black Ops 6.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
No, I like it. I think it's good. I'm a fan of the movement.
There's only 3 types of COD.
No, I just looked up. Hold on.
There's 2 main species.
Haddock, Atlantic cod, ling cod, Pacific cod, blue cod, common codfish, Murray cod, rock cod, whiting, guy, Beauregatus, potato grouper, Antarctic toothfish, trout cod, sleepy cod, Mary River cod, Greenland cod, eastern freshwater cod,
26.
Erythala, Melanea, magic, Atlantica, Nika, Eleganus, Trisopateras, Murray, Nole, Pedibadibadida, Scorapana, Palapelisosa, Euclid.
So yeah, I mean the movement's fun.
And no Thanania, Micro, Lepidodota.
So the gunplay is really nice. There, the time to kill is nice. I think there is definitely nerfs and buffs that are going to happen for the guns come November 14th when the first update comes out, the first big update.
I like the movement. I'm
a lot of A lot of weapon tuning is going to be done by November 14th. Hopefully, a couple new maps. I
I
guarantee
would
you.
speaking of movement, I would like to see slide accuracy nerfed. I mean, these guys are shooting laser
Things
beams.
like I
We're
said,
going 30 miles per hour on my ass, and I'm like,
the
headshot.
first the first
Calm
up
down a
the
little.
first big update is going to be November 14th for season 1 drop.
Yeah,
Battle Pass is going to come out.
those
Hopefully
attachments.
2 3 maps.
Yeah, those attachments with the slide like
Yeah.
buffs, like slide accuracy buff and speed, like nerf those. Like the slide's a bit overpowered, but
There'll,
it's fun.
there'll, there'll
It's
be
goofy.
there'll be some tuning. There'll be some weapon tuning.
Yeah,
Some, I think I wouldn't say my big problem. The game is fun, but I think it's very brainless, and that's why people enjoy it so much. Is
that's why
because
I
there's
like it.
yeah, I was gonna say for the average player who doesn't play competitive, it's a fun game.
You might be surprised by this. I'm stupid,
Yeah, it's very brainless
and I
when
enjoy
you,
it.
but when you come into like a competitive standpoint, I look at these maps and I'm just like, how like they're not S&D ready, they're not hardpoint ready, they're just
This
not
game looks like
competitive ready at all.
a competitive mess.
So yeah,
So I will not touch it as I usually don't, but I can tell it's like the biggest map is like the size of my kitchen. I live in a mansion, but the biggest map's the size of my kitchen, and I'm like,
yeah,
it
I
makes me
play.
hungry. One, thinking about my kitchen, but two, there's like no like it's everything's so small.
Like
Then you
I've,
go to a map like Red Car, which is like
yeah,
3 years to get from point A to B, and I'm like, all right,
I've played some.
where's the
I've
middle?
played some
Where's the middle
competitive
ground?
matches. I've played some CMGs. It's doable in certain maps. Like you can. There's some maps that just aren't in the map pool for competitive.
Vault is good.
So Vault, I do enjoy Vault. I think Vault.
That's my favorite map, I think.
I think
Vault.
Vault's a good competitive map for S&D and Hardpoint. It's the bomb sites are a little iffy, but it's like it's doable. It works. Protocol works. Red Card works S&D wise, not Hardpoint wise. S&D though, it's a very good S&D map in my opinion. Um, it plays nice. Like from what I've seen from comp players, Red Card
Yeah,
plays nice S&D.
I just don't
There's
like
room
Red
to
Card
move.
because I don't like Red Card because I'm running around like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So I get my head taken off from 50 feet because someone's holding an angle, as you should. But I'm like,
Like
and I get killed, and I'm like, all right,
the only maps I've played
I'm gonna go like
competitively,
eat a sandwich.
the only maps I played competitively were Skyline, Vorkuta, R- Protocol, and
Vorkuta's
Vaults.
kind of iffy to me.
Vorkuta's it's
It's a lot of head glitching. It's
I did.
so
I just
much head glitching.
I just haven't
'Cause, like the
experienced.
terrain is so. I don't know. I don't like it. It's
Vault is probably my
I only see
favorite
heads.
map. Vault and Red Card. I love Red Card and Vault. I think people don't like Red Card because it's the biggest map in the game. It's
I
like
don't like Red Card, but I will agree with you on Vault. I'm a Vault.
Vault.
Head.
Vault is very good. I played it. I played 2 games of it on S&D competitive wagers, and it was very fun.
You lost.
I did lose.
Yeah, that was bad. I was watching.
Unfortunately,
It was
somebody we had to forfeit because teammate didn't know rules, but
bad. You went 1-11,
that's cool. No, I actually popped off that game. I was like,
No. 2-10.
I want to say I was like 12-4, and
Okay.
we forfeited the 5th round.
Okay. I see.
Uh, I was I was slaying the 2 vault games. I was slaying. It was pretty even. No, our whole team was pretty even in the protocol game. I popped off in Skyline on a few rounds, but it was pretty even throughout the team. I just had a
Were
few good
you
plays.
you were long dicking them?
Well, there's this on vault. I had a pretty nasty 3-piece. I think I clipped it where my teammates called that the push. I kill the kid off the head glitch, kill the kid in the pool, and I instantly turn on the kid in on top plat catwalk, shooting him. He runs. I slide to the stairs, reload, kill him, get a 3-piece, win the round. I was pretty popping off on our first game of Vault, our second game of Vault. I feel like I did pretty well as well, but the team was
I
playing
was yeah.
too fast paced,
I,
and
wa-
we just
I
weren't
was doing
ready.
pretty good, but they got
You
me
weren't
because
there, brother?
I've been using walls for a few years now in COD, but the anti cheat it's like a anti DRM kind of thing. They've increased it, and they got me because that's not allowed.
Have you played
So now my KD's dropped down without walls.
Have you played Nuketown?
My KD's dropped
Yeah,
to 0.3.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Nuketown, yeah. No, Nuketown is fun. It's Nuketown.
Yeah.
It's objectively not the best map design,
No.
but it's Nuketown, so it's
It's
fun.
just Nuketown.
Me and my friends were playing hardcore Nuketown. I put a hole through my monitor, Keyboard's gone.
Nuketown 24/7 is like the fastest way to level up right now because like you go on like hardpoint or domination on that, and then
Yeah.
it's double XP weekend and double. You play like 2 hours on that, and you can pretty much prestige.
I
You
already
could just-
prestige.
Bro, I haven't prestige yet. I'm just sitting at level 55.
Oh, I'm gonna do mine. I mean, I've only put in 145 hours this week, but I've already prestiged. So I'm my bang for my buck is pretty damn good.
Fair, man, fair.
My wife is pissed.
I-
All two of them.
I
They're
divorced
not
mine.
happy with it. I'm
I
not
div-
giving them.
I divorced mine. I was like, I need to focus. I need to lock in.
Yours has
like,
been missing for 3 years.
What? And Tyler dropped an
Creator
album.
came
and
out.
Tyler,
Tyler Creator
yeah,
dropped an
Tyler
album.
dropped an
Tyler the
album.
Creator. Tyler
He dropped an album. Uzi dropped an
Creator
album.
dropped an album. Tyler Creator.
Let's drop Tyler album. Great. I think it was a 8 or 9 out of 10 in my opinion. It had
I was a big fan.
a lots of good songs that are very like deep,
Very
personal.
lyrical.
People
Very
are
storytelling.
people are calling it like the Mr. Morale album because it's
Yeah.
like very truthful. More,
I can see, and it's got like the whole like father, you stink, female sex, like Miss Morale. So
so
themes
yeah,
like that.
it's-
very good
I
album
liked
though.
it.
I enjoyed it. Not my favorite from him. I think I'd still take.
I'm taking his
Like
last.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
I'm taking
a lot.
his.
Call Me If You Get Lost is my favorite from him.
I'm taking Flower Boy
This one
Igor
may be
and.
better than Igor.
Okay, I'm taking Flower Boy Igor and. Oh, I don't know.
I'll take this over Flower Boy.
Igor had A Boy's a Gun, Puppet.
I think I'm going
No.
Call Me If You Get Lost, Igor, Chromacopia, Flower Boy. I think that's my 4.
Well, I don't know, man. That's.
But they're
But
all great albums.
like I said, I think
Flower Boy's an 8 out of 10.
like
They're
I
all
like
great
like I
albums.
said, this he might have just solidified himself as one of the greatest album runs of all time.
I mean, this Big 3 thing. Now listen, sorry to all my Cole heads, but J. Cole I think is kind of mid. Tyler the Creator or Travis Scott or a couple guys are bigger than like Tyler the Creator could be Big 3. Like he's part of like the big like
He
top dog.
Big 3 literally just might. I
Like
don't
20
like.
Like 2010 to now, Mount Rushmore. Tyler might be on it.
Let me be the biggest hater ever,
Tyler might
but
be on it.
like put the last 2-3 J Cole projects to the last 2 or 3 Tyler the Creator projects. I'm taking Tyler in every single album.
I am too.
Maybe it's just
J.
because
Cole's
I'm not a
just-
huge J Cole fan,
I'm not either. I don't.
but
J.
like
Cole's just kind of okay. He's just kind of boring to me.
project for project, the last 3 or 4
J.
albums.
Cole ain't making nothing like what Tyler Creator is.
Like I said,
For better or for worse.
J Cole does have really good albums. I'm not gonna completely disregard him, but his last 2,
In like 2014.
what are his last 2? Fall Off and well no,
Was it Kids on Drugs?
I'm about to look it up right now. I don't remember his last.
Did it Fall Off even come out yet?
No, that's why I think I'm tripping.
Or
It's that Blue album.
7 minute
Might delete later.
delete later? Yeah, yeah.
That's not a single.
Might delete later, and then the off season.
The off. That's what I was thinking of. I
Yeah.
will see.
Neither one I would call a like great album. They're just both eh. Okay.
I do like Revenge of the
6 out of 10
Dreamers.
to me.
I will say Revenge of the Dreamers 3 is a good album, but it's a collab album, so you can't really compare that.
For Your Eyes Only was pretty good. I was a fan of that.
Well, those are older albums. Those are like.
Well, that's the thing. You have to
2014
go
or
back to 2016 to say like,
Like-
hey, I really like that one.
If we're talking,
He was born in Germany.
dude, if we're talking like 2016 plus,
That's fine.
Tyler Creator has been on a run. You got
Yeah, okay, so 2016,
yeah,
he's Mount Rushmore.
that's what I'm saying.
He's
20
top 4. It'd be him.
Well,
Travis
the thing
Scott.
is like if you take 2016, it's so you're like, yeah, it's got to be. I don't
him,
know.
Travis, Drake.
You still kind of got to put Kendrick in there,
Is Kendrick in there?
but then you
Damn,
have
Miss Morale.
Uzi,
Kendrick's quality is high, but he's only had 2 albums in that span, so
you have Uzi, you have Future, you have Thug, you have
Future.
Gunna.
Probably Future.
I don't know,
Probably
man.
Future,
There's too much.
Future Drake, Travis, Tyler. That might be my top four.
There's just too many people to really rank them because like Gunna's album run really good. Future had good albums. Doug had good albums.
Hey, shout out to Thug, by the way.
No, yeah, I forgot about it. He free.
My boy got
He's on probation.
Because I've done runs for him in YSL.
You're gonna get yourself like shot, and I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna help you on this one. I'm not gonna
I haven't killed anybody. I moved brick.
Uzi's album was very.
Uzi's album came out.
Okay. This is the thing. Uzi's album was so underwhelming.
I come to this album.
Guarantee you, but I guarantee you in a couple months people are gonna be like, "Wow, this album was great." I don't see it right now. Maybe I need to listen to it a couple more times. I listened to it twice through. I don't think you've listened to it.
I have. I promise. This time I promise.
Okay.
I come into this thinking he's overrated. First note.
Uzi?
Yes. I see a lot of dick riding. I'm like, all right, he is not that good. Calm down. Good.
Uzi.
He's made good projects. I'm hearing shouts of like one of the greatest of all time. Calm down. Don't agree.
I wouldn't say that, but like
the dick riders are hard on him on Twitter. I'm like, yeah.
The Perfect Love tape.
Solid. Good.
Uzi
rapper.
versus the World.
I'm not calling him a great one.
He's a great. He's 2016. Yeah. He's top 5.
This is personal opinion, but he's probably not even top 10 for me. Anyway, so I come in with low expectations because he's already now one of my favorites. I'm like, all right, I'm expecting some good shit, at least something unique. And I thought it was not as bad as people say, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought
it was not good. But it wasn't like a 2 out of 10. I thought it was like a 5, 6 at best, 5 or 6.
I don't know what I'd rank it,
but I thought it was like, this is not. I heard people because I heard the reception first. I heard this is terrible. You're gonna hear this and then beat your wife. It's that bad. It's gonna like stoke some flames inside of you to conquer people. Like it's that bad. Like you're gonna kill. But I heard it and I'm like, I've heard worse.
Dude, I just listened to
worse from him.
I listened to it, and there wasn't a single song where there maybe Chips and Dip, but there wasn't a single song where I was like, tape. I've got to add this to my playlist. Whereas like almost every Uzi album, I probably have 30 songs on my playlist alone of Uzi. I like almost all of Eternal Take. I like the Perfect Love tape. I'll listen to that through Uzi vs. the World. Dude, Uzi just has bangers. Like it's undeniable.
The way my ears set up, it ain't hitting for me. His sound, his voice, his delivery, it's never hit for me. But I can acknowledge he's one of the top dogs. I just wouldn't put him as high as most people. But then again, that being said, this album was average.
Like I said, he's got a very good, like he had Love Is Rage, Uzi vs. the World, Perfect Love tape, Love Is Rage 2, Eternal Take. That is a great album run.
People love that shit. It's just, man, for me personally. So what I'm trying to say is that since I came in as a low-tier Uzi fan, I'm not as negative as most people.
Fair enough.
His fans have such a high. They expected like a classic.
Well, yeah, I thought it was underwhelming.
So underwhelming for them is like, it's like finding out Jesus got killed.
I wasn't a huge fan of.
You're like, what the fuck?
I didn't listen to Pink Tape that much, so I wasn't a fan of his last.
I like this more than Pink Tape.
I wasn't a fan of his last couple projects, but I loved
Pink Tape.
Eternal Take
was good. Pink Tape was like, I thought he was just trolling. I kind of respected it. So shout out Lil Uzi Vert. They made a solid album, average, and I see a lot of people hating on them. But
who else dropped, man? I think more people dropped. I haven't listened to much of their new music.
Overrated.
You're gonna get like put on a.
He's overrated.
People are gonna hate you for that.
Top 5 most overrated rappers.
Destroy Lonely.
Lose. Well, is he even like? I feel like people troll when they like say they like him.
Who?
Destroy Lonely.
I don't know
Like,
that
this shit's garbage.
that opium core. People love opium. Like
Yeah, that's true.
I like some Ken Carson songs, but
He's got like 3 or 4 like fun bangers, but it's majority garbage for me. Anyway, I'll say okay. So top 5 most overrated, and no order. I'll go Uzi, Lil Baby.
I can get behind Lil Baby. I listen to a lot of Lil Baby, but I can get behind Lil Baby.
It's just like, again, solid. I like it. Gunna's better.
Oh, for
Um,
sure. Gunna's got some.
I'm trying to get controversial. Who's overrated?
Gunna's crazy, bro. People
We bring him up.
that Gunna hate is
I
crazy.
like him, but Young Thug. Don't think he's a super perfect like 5 classic album.
All right, bro. That is crazy take. You're gonna get like
Let me think about this.
you're gonna get hung from the shafts from that one, bro. That
I'm
one,
too fat for that. I would bring
that
down the
one-
roof. I'm bringing down the roof.
That one's crazy.
Oh, let me cook.
Like that.
That's overrated.
Like, even Lil Baby's kind of crazy, but like Young
I would have
Thug.
said I would have said Drake like 3 years ago, but now everybody hates him, so it doesn't count.
Dude, you
Um,
know. You cannot say Young Thug. That's terrible take.
Good. He's good. I like his music, and he's a good rapper. I enjoy it. Not calling him a modern goat.
No,
Um,
he's a modern. He is
Not calling. Can't agree.
the amount of
Don't like. Hey, this is
He's-
opinion. This is opinion.
it's no. It's almost like
Let me try to think.
it's almost Kanye tax or Wayne tax. You do not get 90% of rap if you don't get Thug. You do not get 90% of rap if you don't get.
He's not Lil Wayne or Kanye. Hell no. See, that's the
He-
thing. I hear
he-
this. I'm
he-
like, no. I
You
don't agree
don't
with
get Gunna. You don't get Gunna without Thug. You don't get
I
Baby
don't
without Thug.
that. You don't.
You don't get so
I
many
wouldn't cry
rappers.
tears if we didn't.
You don't get
Yeah, let me
so
stop.
many. Okay, that's crazy. You don't get so many rappers without Thug. That's crazy.
Quality over quantity, my friend. But hold on. Let me finish. Let me get 2 more. I'm trying to get a little controversial. Get my deep takes out.
You
So I
literally just said the most controversial take of all
said,
time.
Thug dick riders. Put him back in prison. He deserves it. How about
Like,
that? Criminal.
I can't get
He,
over that.
he
Was
painted a green.
that was a terrible take.
He painted a green dog.
That was a terrible
dog.
take.
He had a perk dog.
That was a terrible take.
Oh, it was Zans actually.
I
should know
cannot
my
get
drugs.
behind that.
All right. Well, no. Again,
It's like throw the baby in there. Like you're just like.
He's not even rated. Come on. I'm trying to take people that people love Young Thug. He's revered.
Because he is a
I
all-time
think
great.
he's just good.
He's
that's
an
what I'm saying.
all-time great.
He's an all-time average. All right, so we got that. Hold on, stop. Hold on. Let me cook up. Let me get 2 more over.
You are not cooking. It's burning. It's burning. It's burnt.
No, it's on fire. Now let me cook. So I said, okay, I gotta read Lil Baby, Young Thug, and Uzi. Yeah, it was Uzi. The reason I started this. And then I would say, who's overrated that people fucking love? X. Does that count still?
For his time, X was amazing.
For his time?
For his time, you
Are we
cannot.
counting that
you-
because people still love him? I don't see people talking about it as much because obviously he's been dead for a while. But
You can't really. He doesn't have a. He didn't have the chance to really like.
I'm saying what's released.
Yeah, he is a.
Potential.
He is
What's
a-
released? I'll get very controversial.
He is like a 8 out of 10 discography.
I'll get very controversial. 3. Not even average. Bad. Music's not good at all.
No,
For the most part.
you're just wrong.
For the most part.
You're
Not good
just
at all.
you're just wrong. You
who's-
are like
Hold on. Let me cook.
you're not
I'm on
cooking.
fire.
You're not cooking.
I'm
It's
flamboyant.
burning. It's burning. That's the only
I'm
fire that's
basting. I'm
happening.
basting him right now. Let me get one more who I think's overrated. I'm trying to get controversial. No. He's all right. How about the women?
I'm like burning right now.
Nah.
Like I'm genuinely burning inside. That was
Nah, you're killing it.
That
You're
was some
killing it.
crazy takes you just said.
I'm trying to think of one more like over rapper that everybody loves that I think's overrated. I think I got the main 4. I think Juice WRLD's got a bit.
I would.
Juice WRLD's Juice World's music's kind of samey to me. Like if I
I
hear
would
5 Juice World
consider
songs, I've
Juice
heard them
World
all.
overrated over every single person you just named.
I've heard 5 Juice World songs, I've heard them all. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I would consider every single person you named not overrated besides Juice World. Juice World is the closest thing you've said where
That's
I'm
fair.
like, that's overrated.
So I'll consider Juice World,
Ju-
but I
the,
still think,
the thing with Juice World is people put Juice World on his pedestal like he's an all-time.
well, he gets the death buff.
What's I'm saying?
If you
They,
die,
they,
you're good.
they think
So,
like,
yeah.
oh, he got the Kobe buff.
Yeah,
He
you
went
get the Kobe buff.
he went from like a
Well, that's part of the X buff.
Kobe
He went from a
went,
3
like-
out of 10 bad music maker to like 8 out of, like, this guy's awesome.
I found X early, so I disagree entirely.
I respect him. I respect him.
I found him,
Most people do. Most people do. That's why it's a
like
controversial
there was
thing.
nothing like being in like 6th, 7th grade listening to Rip Roach and Look at Me.
I listened to Bach when I was in
um,
6th grade.
Dude,
Batch.
no, he was just
That's the most overrated one on
Wow.
my list. So
That's
actually, this is
crazy.
good.
that's
For
crazy.
conversation purposes, this is good because I
That's
think he's
crazy.
strictly bad.
That's
The other
so,
ones are like decent still.
That's so crazy to me.
Thug
is crazy to me.
That's,
Thug is crazy.
yeah, Thug's overrated.
That's
X is
I've
overrated.
never disagreed more in my life.
Lil Baby and Lucy Vert are overrated. Juice is a little bit, but I think most people would agree with that. It's a bit much.
No. Thug is just so wrong.
He's overrated. I don't think he's God's gift.
No, you're just
I've
so
heard
wrong.
I've heard some shit songs.
Dude, like slime language,
with a
so
plural.
much fun.
Songs.
Slime language 2, Punk, bro. He really doesn't have any bad albums.
I'm not saying they're bad. He's a good rapper, and I enjoy his music. I'm not calling any of those like 9 or 10 out of 10 like like these are one of my favorites of all time. Not a single one is like hits me as like, oh yeah, that's it.
Dude,
That's why I'm calling him overrated. I just think he's good. You know what I mean?
no,
There's levels to it. I'm not saying he's horrible.
no,
like
he's
X,
an
'cause
all-time.
He's horrible.
Doug is an all-time great.
No, I can't.
He's
do
an
that.
all-time great.
Pop culture all-time great because of his trial.
No.
Musically, musically he's Julius Randle.
He is. No,
I think that's
that
everybody.
is
I
just.
think that's everybody.
You are like
That's everybody.
you're gonna get held at a stake for this like
Hold on.
whole bait
Did you
and
say
switch,
steak?
dude. Like, yeah, I know you're fat ass.
Okay, yeah, okay. Let's hear about it. The human
No, bro,
grasshoppers
that is-
prancing a grunt.
No, that
Here we
is
go.
no, dude, I can't get over that thug take. That
Hey,
was
human toothbrush. You want to brush my teeth? You spinally ass.
like
motherfucker.
half the people you said where I'm like, all
Sorry.
right, Uzi, I don't agree with. Thug,
Overrated.
I don't agree with. Baby,
Overrated.
little baby, I can see it. I think
Thank you.
they treat him as if he's not better than Gunna. He's not better than Gunna.
Commercially great, but the quality's not there.
A lot of his music sounds the same.
Yeah,
Radio.
He's a radio guy. He's a pop star.
I don't agree with X.
Very overrated. Probably my most one there.
I agree with Juice WRLD. I think
Thank you.
he got death buff for sure. He
Those
went
are my
from-
5 then. I'll lock it in.
People were putting
I don't
him in
think-
like top 5 all time. I didn't agree with that.
J.
at all.
Cole's overrated critically, but we agree on that.
I would consider J. I would have agreed if you would have said J. Cole's overrated. I would have agreed with you more than I agree with you with Thug.
Okay, let's hear your top 5 overrated. Your 5 most overrated rappers right now, or just like some of them, if you can't get 5.
I can't even think of anybody besides like Destroy Lonely. I don't really I just think he gets so much hype for songs. I just can't.
I'd agree.
Like I can get behind some Ken Carson songs, but
He's like a couple fun songs. The rest are bullshit.
it's like Destroy
Garbage.
Lonely. Luke can kill. Like
It's garbage.
it's there, but it's not a good song.
It's garbage. Exhale, inhale, breathe.
Ice Spice. I mean, she's there for like memes and shit, but it's like
No one rates her. They just want to have sex with her.
I think it's just for fun.
She lost her ass, man. You see that? Terrible.
Those Ozempics or whatever.
That shit used to look like it farted when she walked. That's how much ass meat was there. Like when she shit herself, like it was like a whole day thing.
I do agree with the Juice WRLD overrated. I think it does have to do a lot with his death.
Yeah, I mean every rapper who
I
dies is
like
gonna be
Juice
overrated.
WRLD.
as
I
a
like
result.
Juice WRLD, but he's not.
I do too.
He's not like as this all-time great figure of speech. Like,
Nah, it's a death buff.
Lil Baby's good. I think
People put
he's-
Kobe over LeBron today after he died.
I
It
don't.
happens every time.
I don't know. I don't really know if I agree with Lil Baby. 'Cause Lil Baby's still really good. I don't like when people say he's better than Gunna. Gunna.
To me, he's a pop star. Every song I hear is like, did I hear this already?
Gunna's,
Same shit.
Gunna's flow,
Average.
wordplay, everything is better than Lil Baby. I don't really know
I
why
agree. Gunna's
people try to
better.
compare him.
Fat too.
Like I don't even have it in me to say J. Cole's overrated because I don't think he's that overrated. I think I just don't like
think-
his music.
I see some people say like this is like the prophet of our time,
Like
and like his fans are dick riders.
Like,
I'm
I don't-
all right,
I don't like-
enough.
like
He doesn't sniff Kendrick.
in terms of
You don't touch Drake either. my
in
opinion.
terms of pure talent, like yeah, I'm taking Kendrick and Drake over him.
I'm taking Tyler over him. I'm taking.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm taking Tyler over. I'm thinking if I'm talking big three, I'm thinking Kendrick, Drake, and
Travis.
Tyler, bro.
Shit, hey, I'll take Thug over him. And I think he's overrated.
Doug is not over, bro. That's
He
I
very
can't get,
clearly
I
is.
can't get over that. That's crazy.
See, he got the martyr. He's the martyr right now. People are cheering for him because he got a court case. So now people are like, oh yeah, here comes Young Thug, the greatest rapper of all time.
I'm not saying he's the greatest rapper of all time, but like what he's
No,
done,
I'm saying
what he's done
people
for what he's done for the game of music, like you just don't get a lot of rappers without him.
Very influential, but again, quality over quantity. His style has spit out some shitters.
I don't know, man. Like,
All right, let me hear you. Let me. All right, since you're a nice guy, you can't slander, unless it's a Heat or Knicks player. What is your top 5 most underrated right now?
underrated.
Do you think people should be like, yeah, this guy's next up, or could be one of the big dogs?
It's
What's
hard
tickling your
because
balls?
No one's dropping music like that. Like I would say Baby
Just body
Keem.
of work, like last 5-10 years.
Like I would say Baby Keem, but Baby Keem hasn't dropped in
You can even say
2
like
years.
2010 guys that just never got the respect they deserve.
Like I think Baby Keem could have been on a crazy run right now. He would be on a crazy run right now.
He's doing it to himself. I think. Gotta release that music. Gotta let the people know, man.
Big X the Plug, he's kind of huge right now. I don't know if he's like.
Oh yeah, he is.
I don't know if he's
Oh
big.
yeah, he is.
I
He's
think
big as hell.
I think yeah, he's mainstream now. I was gonna say he's kind of underrated, but he's mainstream
No,
now.
he's big as hell.
Yeah,
He's huge as shit.
trying to look at people I listen to. Amin, if you remember him, you know.
Amine.
Yeah, you know, like
Oh, is he the one that did like that?
really, or
Yellow
she's a
Bugatti.
bad thing. Find it, yeah. He just dropped a song called
Oh my
Passage to
God.
Prison. So like, he's got some good songs. He had a good album.
That's fair. That's a good shout.
Um,
Forgot about him.
Smino really like. Smino's mainstream at this point, right?
Mainstream
Yeah, is he?
on like top. I wouldn't say the top
He's
mainstream.
only averaging 3 mil monthly. I think he's.
I wouldn't call him.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. I wouldn't say if he's
I
not
wouldn't call him.
mainstream.
Like, who's the barrier for mainstream?
I don't know because
Like, what's a name that's like right in the middle?
like Opium's considered mainstream, but like it's very
Because of Cardi.
niche. It's very niche. Like they're considered mainstream, but they're also considered underground. It's very confusing.
It's because of Cardi.
I don't know, man. I
was legit.
I haven't like really listened to a lot of like underground music in a while. Like I listen to just mainstream music right
You're usually
now.
above ground.
Like I used to listen to like I said, I found X early. I found Pump very like I found Pump super early. I found Nas X before. I found Nas X years ago. I found him when he dropped his song named like Thanos or something, and I used it for a Fortnite edit. And it's like, then he
What
got
happened to that guy?
and he got
Retired.
huge. He got huge. No, I'm pretty sure. Lil Nas X had a good album, but then he just kind of disappeared.
Well, then I gotta get in my Denzel Curry shout out.
I was gonna say. JID,
That's one of my favorite of all time.
JID's really good, but I don't know if he's really.
There it is. The mainstream to underground pipeline, JID. He's
He
like
is-
right in the middle
He's
for me. That's like a good one for like either way you could say it.
I would say ASAP Ferg, but ASAP Ferg is fairly well known.
I think he's properly rated.
Yeah, he's fairly.
I think he's properly rated.
At this point in time.
People respect him. He's pretty good. Not like an all-time like legend, but
Tory Lanez before shooting Megan Thee Stallion.
I wonder if he got torn up in prison. He's got like a feminine body.
That is insane.
Sorry.
I don't think Don Toliver's mainstream now, correct?
Yeah.
I don't feel like his album's talked about enough, but he just dropped like an amazing album.
My friend loves Don Toliver.
Like, okay, Don Toliver averages 34 monthly listeners. 34 million. That's a lot. That's mainstream.
He's mainstream. He's mainstream.
His Hardstone.
Ever since he did that song with Bieber, he's been mainstream.
His last album, dude, he might have album of the year, but people aren't talking about it like that, which is crazy to me. Like, I look at this. I
disagree personally.
I look at this, the whole entire songs list, and there is so many songs that are like
Goo goo gaga
viral. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Brother Stone, Tore Up, Bandit, Ice Age, 4x4, New Drop, like Backstreets. These are
what?
all huge songs.
He doesn't have a huge body of work.
Donnie Darko, Geeked Up, man. It's a
He doesn't
great
have a huge
album.
body of work, but this is perfect. For my controversial takes, I think he's overrated.
Don Toliver?
Yeah.
Dude, he's only got like... I disagree.
Not a huge body of work, but
You can't call him overrated because
I've only heard Lovesick and Hearthstone Psycho.
Cardigan, After Party. He's been popping for a minute now.
Great singles. But again, he suffers from the, have I heard the song before, kind of disease. I'm not hearing a lot of uniqueness, I guess you could say. Hearthstone Psycho was the better album. I'd say that was a 7.
No Pole.
I'd say Lovesick was a 5.
I didn't like Lovesick as much, but looking back, there's a lot of good songs on it.
I would say he's hitting like 6 out of 10 for me. And I'll say he's overrated just because I have a friend that loves him. So all I hear is like, Don Toliver's a GOAT.
No, dude, he hasn't missed on a single feature. He's got a great song.
Well, that's the thing. It's not like a miss. It's just he hasn't blown me away. Nothing he's done is like, holy shit. He's got some fun singles, but it's a 6 out of 10 performance for me. It's average to a little good.
I disagree.
That's my final 5. Yeah,
That is
him and Tizo Touchdown.
You think
Not a fan of Tizo Touchdown. Not a fan at all.
he's
Sorry. Not
he
a fan. Don't do it for me.
he has one of my favorite songs. Him and Tyler Creator collabed and made one of like my favorite songs. Like no,
Oh
like,
no, I know what you mean. That is a good song. Even I like it.
Run Up. I love that song.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I think it's probably in my top 15 songs of all time.
I say to Tizo and his lovely fans.
But I will agree. I don't listen to him outside of Tyler. I don't listen to him outside of collabs.
I respect his production, his singing ability. I see why people like him. The voice, the lyrics, the way he does it, nothing for me. It falls flat. There's nothing he does is like, okay, Tizo. A few good features like the Tyler Creator one, but nothing I've heard is like, all right.
Underrated. Does Kali Uchis count as underrated?
Yeah.
She's got 30 mil monthly. She's not underrated.
Well, I think she's a hook merchant with that stuff.
Okay, I will agree. There she just
No,
has
she-
great hooks, like Melting, See You Again,
Oh no, this is TikTok buff.
After the Storm.
This fucking
Melting.
yeah, there's 1.2 billion just from TikTok. Yeah, these are TikTok songs.
She's got bangers though. Like there's not a lot of like, this is
You could argue her like albums are underrated because her singles go crazy on TikTok. That's why her monthly's at 32 million.
like
I don't think she's more popular than Don Toliver. I think more people listen to Don Toliver.
well, something I think
on average than Cali.
if you asked like an average person like, do you know Don Toliver? I would say like 8 out of
Yeah.
10 people would know. If you
But
asked,
if you played her singles, they'd recognize.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They'd be like,
If
wait, who
you-
made that?
if you said Do you know who Kali Uchis is? I don't think 5 out of 10 people would know. But if you played a song, I guarantee people would be like, I know that
They
song.
all know. They was like, wait, who makes that? I heard it on TikTok. So I think those numbers are inflated. But it's a good. It's a good
Yeah.
song. Good shit. You heard that?
Pull me up, I need a new. Bro, Don Toliver's fire, bro. I can't get behind that, bro. She don't want to strip no more. She don't want to hit that bro. He's got so
Oh.
many bangers.
Yeah. Horny R&B as a genre don't do much for me.
I don't like
Give me your like hottest take. Like, what's one guy you don't like that everybody else likes, for the most part? Let me hear a hot take.
well, J. Cole. I feel like it's the hottest take I could say. I
He's
cannot
got some haters still.
stand J. Cole. I
You get
not
hotter.
even I can't stand. I just don't like 9 out of 10 of his songs. Like
It's corny.
there's like one song every album.
It feels like I'm
alright.
listening to bad Kendrick, bad Drake, bad Tyler. It's bad. Also, hey, shout out Logic. Last album, banger.
See, that's where
Yeah, shit on
I
Logic.
feel like my problem is with music is like
He killed it.
I don't really have any hot takes because like I'm very like
Well, you like everything. You're like a music
yeah
slut.
like
You're down for anything.
I don't like I'm not a huge country fan and I'm not a huge hyper pop fan, but like I'll listen to pretty much anything.
I respect it.
And there's not like I like music as a form of art, as a form of expression. So like
I have no
the way I value music is probably a little different.
creative bone in my body. So there is music I objectively go, this stings ass. So
Because dude, I can
a different perspective.
I can hear a
One
song.
thing I ever created was some diarrhea after I had too many hamburger.
I can hear a song and be like, okay, this might not be the best song, but like the production, the beats, like
I can respect the
things
effort,
can move
but
me, man.
I can respect the effort, but the effort, since I don't make shit like you do, it's if I hear something and it sounds bad, it sounds bad. Full stop. It's just I don't like it.
I'm trying to think of like, oh, dude, I don't know. Because I don't feel like I really have a lot of hot takes on music because I just listen to really anything.
That's
Like,
fair enough.
I guess like a hot take I would say is that like KSI's music, he has some good songs. I feel like that's a hot take because a lot of people just hate on his music. I like some of his songs. I liked his Voices song. I like his Summer Is Over song. He had a few good songs on
To
his
me, I
All
don't
Over
underrate
the
it because
Place.
he's trolling. Like, think of it's trolling to me.
Well, I think I'm talking about more of his older music, like
Yeah. No,
where
he got
he
some.
was actually taking it serious. Like he has some, like pretty good songs.
It's not bad music. To me, again, it's just another like, okay, cool. I
I
listen
think-
to it, I move on. I
well,
don't
yeah.
come back to it and listen to it once every few days. It doesn't make like my top playlist.
Like,
But it's not bad music. No, and for a YouTuber,
well, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
probably the best.
On a YouTuber standard, besides Joji, I can't think
That's
of
fair.
anybody else.
Joji's best, but he's for guys that are still doing YouTube, he's first.
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
Joji don't do YouTube. He just do music.
Yeah, he gave
KSI
up. Well,
still-
he couldn't be doing YouTube still. He was.
KSI still
Ooh.
records on like 5 different channels. So like, you gotta give him
Yeah.
credit.
I had a lunch leaf for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, it gave me stage 3 cancer. All the plastic in it.
Oh, you know, so underrated.
You see, Mr. Beast is getting arrested. I think. Sued.
No, he was arrested. Like, people found his mug
Like
shot.
something's like apparently he's like trafficking people as a
I
rumor.
don't know about
This guy. I could be off.
Nah.
base.
somebody that I think is underrated.
Let me hear it.
Big Yevo.
Big Yavo.
I will give credit to Paxton for putting me on. If you never listened to Big Yevo, go listen to some of his
I
songs.
never listened.
Go listen
I never
to On God 2, the album. Go listen to Preach, or go just listen to his discography. Listen to a few songs. I think he's very underrated.
Big Yavo. He's big, and he looks Yavo. Okay. That's a good shout.
Just looking at people.
That's a good shout. Not mad at that.
I don't know, man. There's not a lot of people I listen to. I like singers.
Shout out West Side Gun. Heard that album too.
You ever eat a burger on a Wednesday? That him, right?
Pretty good. Pretty good album.
No, I want
Like,
to.
he's never released like a 10 out of 10. It all, the ad libs get a little silly, but good album. I liked it. It was
I'm
fun.
gonna have to listen to his.
Boom, 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 boom.
Big Steve's
Sorry.
another one, bro. Big Steve's underrated. That's a Florida
Steve's.
that's a Florida native.
Damn, I don't know.
I know his nephew.
Big Steve.
Yeah, listen to Beautiful Disaster. Bro, he's got bangers.
Who is this? Oh, this is a single by Pet Cemetery.
Look up
Big Steve.
look up Kudos by Big Steve. That song.
Is it FTD Big Steve?
FTD Big Steve from the Dirt.
Okay. Local man.
He's got bangers, brother. He's
Big Steve.
He's from our city.
Shout out Big Steve. Yeah, because we live in Paris.
We live in Guam,
Okay.
off the Guatemala Bay.
Well, I think we hit everything.
Yeah, overrated. I think. I've just thought of two people: Kid Laroi and Jack Harlow. I don't rock with either of their music like that. They have a few bangers, but nothing like.
Heavy
crazy.
on Kid Laroi.
He has a few songs that I like, but like. I
That's
like
when
his.
you-
Okay, I will say his newest album.
I'm sober.
His newest album are probably his best work.
Yeah, I mean Jack Harlow's solid, and I don't think people would call him or like
he was.
forget about him.
I feel like
sometimes.
he was such an industry plant. Cause what happened to him?
He came out and then he was like, "Oh, he's so cute. The ladies love him." And then like that kind of died. And then he released like an average album, and he hasn't done anything since.
I think he was an industry plant. Like very much felt like it. Kid
He's just
Laroi.
Drewski's friend.
Kid Laroi, I didn't really rock with any of his early music. I liked some of his his newest album, his last album, had some bangers on it. I won't act like he's like
That kind
awful.
of that kind of music is just not for me. It's
Yeah,
kinda, there's so much of it. It's like it's starting to get boring for me.
but like I like a few Kid Laroi songs, but still I would consider him overrated.
I can agree with that. I support you in that.
I miss Ian Dior. He hasn't dropped a song in, or maybe he has. I just haven't paid attention, but he kind of fell off. But yeah, we have hit the 2 hour mark. If you would like to end it, we can end it.
Should we end it? Because I don't have the weapon on me, but I could.
Well, I don't think I have anything else really to talk about. So. If not, we're just gonna sit here and talk about music for the next like 2 hours. So, can end it.
True,
there.
I do like. Well, I have to. I'm in court tomorrow. I have a hearing. I have 2 parking tickets and a vehicular manslaughter case
Well,
to fight.
you also have 2 assault charges, but
Yeah, well, it ain't 2 pepper charges.
well, you also have. I don't know if I can say this on camera, but you have that.
You can
that,
say it.
That essay. That essay charge from the fitting room.
That is true. I do have to complete my essay because the teacher's gonna kick my ass if I don't. So you're onto something there. I'll
If
give
you
you that.
wanna, if you wanna give us a nice outro, I can end the recording.
All right. Okay. Hey, let me prepare. Do I look bald?
Well, yeah, you're.
Am I balding? I mean, I'm 46. I get it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Valkyrie Podcast, Episode 2, every Monday, 10 years in a row. We're going to do 10 years of this every Monday, 52 weeks in a year, 10 years of it, 520 episodes, and then we kill ourselves at the end of it on camera.
We've already missed
We've agreed
40
to do that.
weeks. We've already missed 40 weeks.
You know what they say? 40 days and 40 nights. That's a fortnight.